Hey Matt, welcome. Hey Alex, welcome. For this one I'm gonna share the links in other servers. I don't usually share that, but we should do that today. Today is an important stream. Still have to wind up, so 10 minutes, talk about whatever, but then we have a sort of a schedule, what to play and what to keep talking about. It's not sponsored though. I did not receive anything for covering this game, just to be clear. Apart from obviously getting early access to it, because it's not publicly available yet, this version. Probably gonna do Reddit as well. I don't usually do Reddit. I think that's quite pointless. Let's just ignore that, it's fine. You wishlisted it? Good. I did that as well. Doubt out for a quick breath fresh air, no problem. Oh yeah, I should post here as well. Just double check if alerts work today. I don't know if they do, but I hope they do work. Actually, I had a theory. Let's try to boot up the Steam Labs chatbot. Maybe it's why. Somehow it might be connected. I don't know how, but this is the only thing that comes to mind. I'm gonna just run a quick test alert.
And now, the darkness holds dominion. Black as death.
That works. But of course, no idea if the other alerts will work. Is the chatbot even permitted? We need a new token, that's right. Let's go ahead and do that. Just in case this is messing with the alerts. Oh, might as well. There you go. What song is this? This is Killer Instinct by Killer Instinct theme song. So we try it now. It's this. No problem. I just have it as video game music. Oh hey, Perspective Games here. Had to make a new account. Yeah, no problem. Welcome. 1-on-1 in chat. PG is the developer on Tlatoani, as you might know. Also, I think there is a publisher now, so we'll mention that once we get into the game. Really excited for today. Been waiting for to get my hands on the new version of the game for a while. I think it's gone a great way since I last played it for real. I did manage to take a look at the saves before the stream, but you'll see what we built. It's probably not gonna be like peak efficiency for sure, since I haven't been really practicing too much. But, what are we supposed to do today? Well, we could play the tutorials, which, perhaps that would be the best way to introduce the game to people who never played it. Alternatively, we could play, Xochimilco, which is the peaceful scenario, I think, first. So that would be the alternative. There may be a world in which I beat the tutorials quickly so we can move on, but I will talk about all the features and how they differ or are similar to Season 3 or other Sierra-style city builders, so it's probably gonna be a bit of talking as well as just playing it. Yeah, if we go. Impressions game still exists. No. The IP is owned by Activision Blizzard. But Impressions style games do still exist because people still like them, play them, and even make them, as shown by Tlatoani. But anyways, timer's up, so let's go ahead and boot up the game. Let me just quickly do that and stop the music, and let's switch on to the game. There we go. We got brand new main menu from the last time, even loading screen. Is the music too quiet? I feel like it's too quiet for you, but you can let me know. We do have a settings menu. I think this has all been changed. I do run draw roads freely setting on, auto raise chaff on. That's just removing anything that might be in the way of what you're building automatically, because otherwise you have to key that up as an action. Rating reminders, sure. And full military I'm gonna keep off for now because this is how it starts normally, the settings. Music, do we have a music slider? Music volume. Probably working on Caesar 5, this is Paradox Tinto under working title of Project Caesar. I hope not. I hope they don't touch Caesar with a 10-foot long pole. But beautiful screen, yes. I think 70%, this seems like it's not too loud. Let me know if it is. But, so here we are, apparently, so this game is called Tlatoani. It's developed and made by Perspective Games, who's here with us in the chat. And it has been, it will be published by studio, I think, Bellwood Studios, right here, so it's a publisher. This game will now be available for wishlisting on Steam. It has been there for a little while, and you can go to Steam and you can search for Tlatoani and wishlist it if you wish so. But of course, first you want to know what the game is, so we'll talk a little bit about what it is. Well, clearly it's a CR style or a Persians game style city builder about Aztec civilization, though. So no longer are you Romans or Egyptians or you know, Bronze Age civilizations. It's Aztecs. Now, is it similar to, for example, Caesar? Yes, in many ways, but also not really. And there are some things that this game does which are something that Augustus dev team, for example, have been considering for a while but decided against. And this game just goes with it, and it kind of works for it. But I would not say, like, we might see things here that would not necessarily work in terms of Caesar, but they work here because the game's been designed with them in mind, okay? So, the best way to introduce the game is probably just to play it. So we could go ahead and play a scenario, and we could play tutorials, or there are three scenarios. So either it's tutorials or we can play scenarios. I think that if you never played it, it probably would be best if I just show you tutorials first. But at the same time, I feel like I might introduce it just on my own pace when we play this one. This is Tranquil Reflection, Xochimilco. Of course, I'm not good at pronouncing these names, by the way, so I will butcher them. I'm sorry if someone cares about that a lot, but I cannot pronounce these things accurately, okay? I'm gonna try my best, but a lot of the times it's not gonna be good. So just a heads up. So, Xochimilco is a Tranquil Reflection. This map is peaceful, and we could go into it and I could explain how the game works best here, I think, instead of going through the tutorials. You can play them yourself if you pick up the game. It's not available yet, but you can wishlist it. So, Xochimilco, Tranquil Reflections. This close neighbor to Tenochtitlan features rich resources, obliging trade partners, and an immediate source of fresh water for drinking and irrigation. There is no risk of invasion, so your only challenge will be keeping your people satisfied. That's exactly what we want right now. Mexican natives are in the chat. Yeah. I hope I'm not gonna get crucified for the pronunciations. Let's go ahead and click the button. So, the game's UI has changed a lot. This is the first time I really see it for myself. And we've got different music in game, so just, you know, if it's too loud, let me know. We've got here, this is your timer. There you have pause, running, or fast forward buttons for speed. We've got population, which is workers and noble workers, so elite workers and commoners. But this is not just how it works. Like, for example, this is... let's turn the music a little bit down now. So it's not like in Caesar where you would have like 700 people and these people magically teleport around the map to work in a different workshop if you set it up with global labor pool or a feeder tent to access your global labor pool. In here, in this game, each 10 population in your city represents one worker, and that worker physically works in places, okay? And so we've got, for example, here, a trading post. Trading post has 4 people working in it, and so each one of these people is 10 population technically. And so that's how that works. And people have to physically travel from place where they live to place where they work and to their, you know, market to pick up stuff to eat, I think. And therefore, where you place housing really matters a lot in this game. Unlike in Caesar, where, as I said, people can magically teleport around the map to magically staff a workshop here, that's not the case in this game. If you want something, some sort of industry to be around here, you would need a city site to be built up nearby. Otherwise, it would take so long for people to walk there that it would not really be feasible. We do have some crucial resources displayed up top, which is maize. This is basically corn. That's what people eat. It's their basic food type. We've got timber, which is used for construction. Every building in the game is basically as a monument in Augustus, in that it requires resources to be built. Apart from basic housing, I think. Basic houses are free because they are tents at the start. So we've got timber, we've got clay, we've got stone. These 3 resources are key components of any construction. And construction is to be made by masons. So we'll need to build a mason's yard as our first structure. We've got a minimap, bottom left corner. We could also take a look at the empire. So we are here in Xochimilco, we can see what our mood is, our population, currently it's 500, so 50 total workers could be possibly working in the city. We've got how long does it take to go to somewhere. So like for example, this would take 9 days for our traders to go here. I didn't explain that yet, but so something important is this is a trading post. It's like a warehouse, it just has more capacity. And these people working in this trading post are actually the traders, but it's not like in Caesar where caravans come into the map and they constantly come and go. No, your people will actually be the traders that go from this building to pick up your exports and go to sell them to the other city, or pick up imports and bring them back. That's how it works. So just keep that in mind. Also, we have access. This is like denarii in Caesar. It is currency. You earn it by trading or taxing people. But not just people. You can also tax workshops and industry generally. So that's just different how it works from other games like this. So that's supposed to reflect like private enterprise, I guess, where you could get money from them operating. This is city symmetry. This game favors very nice lined up city blocks. It does not like you building cursed things that are out of order. It wants you to build things that are aligning one to each other, and you can remove terrain features to achieve that. And so symmetry is a rating. The higher it is, the better bonuses you get for more religious buildings. You don't need to spam temples second one like in Caesar, by the way. You can just build them up a little bit later. There are animals you can hunt. There are also different resources. So in this map, I think we will have rocks and trees and also clay. And so we also have swamp. Swampland can be dried up. I will explain all that eventually. It's not really super necessary, but we see that these things, there's a fertility rating. So different parts of the map will have different fertility, impacting how things will grow. And not just that, but also it also can be boosted with irrigation. This is overlays, so you can see what is the most fertile area we have. And so you see the swamps are very fertile, but you need to obviously dry them up. And then this is reasonably fertile, and this is not fertile much at all. Excellent fertility here. We can also look at different kind of things. Irrigation deposits, so that we see stone. Nutrition. This is for once you establish your city a bit. I'm still paused, by the way, so we can just take a look at the game and explain. This is your ratings. So this is what Caesar, you would have this in Caesar right here to see your prosperity, culture, and these things. It's self-explanatory. We see our goals, what we need to achieve. So 8,000 population. We get to care about what Tom wants to do with his life in this game, yes. But you get to have both of the worlds, basically, because you have people working in a different place as a worker, but they also represent the 10 population, meaning you still have age structure and graphs. So it's best of the both worlds, I would say. So yeah, we just started out, so nothing to really look at here, but something to note is, so we see this is your possible trade with this city. So Chalco would sell us stone. Maguey is a plant that's used to make alcohol or cloth, I think, for the Aztecs. Okay, so it's like so it's that sort of resource. Hey Sam, welcome. We've got timber and chili they could sell, and then they import cotton, they import pottery and furniture and fruit. And so this looks like a decent deal. We could get some pretty good prices for it. I think this is in Axis, so that's the denarii sort of equivalent we've got. And if you trade with Tenochtitlan, they could sell you virtually any goods, I think. Well, they say nothing, but I think you can import technically anything from them. It's just that they rip you off. At least that's how it was before, is that this city, this is your capital, and they always scam you, so you want to move away from trading with the capital. Maguey is processed into cloth and pulp wine, basically like wine in Caesar, yes. Capital buys and sells anything, yeah, but it scams you, so we want to move away from it if possible. At least if that's not changed, because I remember it always scammed you before. You can kind of do it at the start because you have to, but you really do want to move on from buying anything from them as soon as possible. If that still is the case. I haven't played the game in a while, so it's possible they change that. Malinako is a city. Okay, we could like take a look at what our possible exports are. I see cotton a lot, which cotton can be a viable export, but we need to think about like, do we need to set up something quickly? Otherwise, we will die to economy. So, as in Caesar, you make money before you feed people. At least that's what you should do. So we have a warehouse to start with, or a trading post, which does currently contain a lot of our food and timber and clay and stone. So we can build some basic structures. We also do have a fortress. You have to have this, I think, in your city, and it has weapons and armor in it. And it employs people as guards, and elites work there as captains. And that's your basic military structure. Every map you start, you have this on the map. We could just remove this road if we care about that. Like in Caesar, it kind of matters how you build things, but in this game, walkers are actually smart, which is something that is hard to explain, but it works the best if I just show you. So let's go ahead and take a look. These are new menus, so I'm gonna just quickly familiarize myself with it. Again, we'll go with a marketplace first. So obviously we want a market. It costs 100 timber, which is 1 unit, I think. Because it's like in Caesar, 1 unit in stockpile amount is split into hundreds, I think, if it's used by the market or if it is used by the masons. So we want to set up a marketplace, and we want to do it, here would be okay. You see that it keeps symmetry with these larger buildings. So I would say that this is an okay place to have it, unless I, you know, fuck up. So let's go ahead and remove that, and let's place it again, better this time. And I really want to make a mason, so let's take a look. We want the residential walls, granaries, masons here, there we go. This costs 50 stone, 50 timber. And we will be building this up on the side over here. And on top of that, I also want to go ahead and build a road. And let's go ahead and do this. What I want is I think we should keep these 1x1 spaces for 1x1 services. But we could also just, you know, cut it short and then fit the 1x1s whenever they fit. That's also a viable option. Need to decide that. So we will be going with a rudimentary housing block. Oh yeah, people do require food immediately in this game, otherwise they leave. So you do import food. As I said, in Caesar, you make money, then you feed people. What I mean by that in this game is that first we make money and then we stop importing food and we start making it ourselves. But we cannot do that from the start. Usually with housing blocks that are 5 tiles wide, since that fits the plaza and larger temples. Alright, 5 tiles wide, so we've got 2 for a house, empty space in the middle, and 2 for another house, and then that's how it goes. So we could potentially expand this road like this. Keep the spaces 1x1s here. Do that. And let's place down some of our tents. And we don't want to stretch this too large. So something like this should work. Because again, walkers in these intersections are vital. You don't want to prevent intersections. Quite the contrary. This game relies on there being intersections, and you need to build them for an efficient city to work. Okay, so it's not like in Caesar where you limit where people go. In this game, you don't do that at all. Or like, maybe there is an instance where you might be tempted, but it's usually not a good idea to limit that. So we've set up our mason, we've set up our market, we've set up our tents. So that's the very basics. I will also cut off this road though, because I don't like it being there. I know it's not really a threat, but I just don't want it there also. Do the arrow keys not move the map? They should. Oh my, that's right, my keyboard was disconnected there for a sec. Okay, let's go ahead and just cut this off. I hope I did set that correctly. Yes. So you see, when we set something for demolitions, it will be red. And we're thinking about where do we want to set up our initial housing. Maybe I could have been smarter and put it slightly like this way instead. But yeah, it depends. Like, what do we do first? Either we achieve self-sufficiency with timber and clay, so we don't have to import it for ourselves. But I think even more importantly, just start making the cloth to sell. So let's, It's cotton, not cloth. There you go. Not having maximum symmetry straight away, for shame. Well, it's what it is. So, like, you could just go ahead and, you know, make it even more symmetrical, but that's fine. Not everything will be completely symmetrical, and that's still fine. Just, you know, don't build cursed things on purpose, I think. That's kind of the takeaway, but you can still have a city that's kind of cursed. It depends what you want. So we unpause the game and let our people work. They should start immediately working on the mason's yard. And as for this, we can check, and we are currently importing all the goods, and that's okay, but we would like to prevent us from having to import at least the timber pretty much straight away, because eliminating any of the imports is of course good for our money. We don't have infinite amount, so I think we will want to make at least like 1 or 2 industry building sawyers, which are woodcutters essentially, and I'm gonna keep them around here. And we will need a warehouse nearby, because people from the warehouse collect resources from the production buildings, so it's not like in Caesar. This will still be able to go here, so we could technically just set this to accept timber, just no trade, which means it's just accepting it. We could reduce that to 8 units, and so that's gonna be our start. We also want to start thinking about, we've got some tents. You see how many people are in there, 3 commoners. If you want people to immigrate into your city, there is immigration, but it's not like in Caesar. People don't just constantly come in. They come in whenever there's free housing and whenever there's free jobs. So you do want a healthy amount of open jobs, and it's okay to have some buildings tell you that they don't have employees, because that means that it's allowing more population to move into the city. What did I want to do? Yes, let's take a look at the farming. So farming shed allows crops to be harvested. I don't remember the range of it though, so I guess we have to select it for that. And we want to set up that cloth industry pretty much, or sorry, cotton industry pretty much immediately. Let's just start with a shed around here. I hope I'm not building it too far. And then if we select this thing, can I tell how far? 32 tiles maximum gathering, and how far away from it can it be placed? So I don't remember. Supervision by certain other venues can improve worker output. Yeah, so if you have a shrine to Tlatoani, which is a god of industry, you can improve your output of industry or agricultural buildings, which is something that is kind of new to the city building genre. Usually you don't get these sorts of bonuses. Yeah, so now it highlights it actually. So you see how far away it can be, and they can still access that. So we own 32 of these fields. Well, let's start with the cotton. So if we do this, that would be 26, this would be 32. Just place that down, and that's gonna be our start for the cloth industry. And I immediately bork it. So let's go ahead and just place the road first, because I cannot be trusted. Let's go ahead and do that and give it its fields. And we also will need to process this cotton into actual product, I think, if I'm not wrong. Cotton weaver, yes. But that can wait a little bit. I think we should do 2 sheds for producing this. We also want to keep tile for watering this. So there is a irrigation mechanic, sort of like in Nebuchadnezzar, if you've played that. You can dig channels to irrigate your fields. So we'll do this. Place your crops, it'll tell you where you're in close enough. Yeah, I just noticed that. It's more intuitive this way. So you can get optimal placement initially on this map. I'd say it's fine. Yeah, I also think so. We'll see how it goes. I don't want to build cursed things by purpose, but if it is cursed, I'm just gonna have to accept it, because again, I haven't played the game in a long time, so I suspect that I might do some mistakes. This home needs access to more clean water, so let's go ahead and build them a well dipper. We don't want to overwhelm our workers though, so that's why I'm not adding everything at once. Just let it build. So let's go ahead and add service. We will add this well dipper over here. And we might need a sweeper. Sweeper not just sweeps streets, but it takes detritus from the housing. and that is basically refuse. And it also produces night soil by doing that. So night soil is a fertilizer. It boosts your farming. If we put this here, you see he reaches both of the farming sheds and he services almost all the houses. So that's okay, I would say. We could also put him closer and sacrifice coverage on that one thing. It depends what we want, right? So we could also have him here, but I'd like to keep that open for gardens later. So I suppose we put him here for now, because it covers the whole block. And what we could do is just prepare this. This will help with this over here, if we connect it, that is. So now, perhaps the sweeper will reach better. We'll see. Unfortunate building is okay. Cursed building is not. Yeah. So hopefully this is gonna be a reasonable amount of work before people get overwhelmed. We are still okay on money. We are getting more people into the city. Looks like we have 6 elites and we only employ 2 of them. We have 21 commoners, we only employ 20 of them. We also do want to do, in this game, it's not like in Caesar where patricians are a kind of late game thing. You need nobles to run your religion, okay? And so eventually we might have to build noble compounds, even if we don't have like luxury stuff. It's just, you know, lower level patricians are kind of expected. It's like, it reminds me of Children of the Nile a little bit, where nobles are required to basically be able to run the city, and you want them from almost the start, essentially. So it's not like in Caesar where patricians are just late game concern and you never really think about that. We just imported some resources, which is rather unfortunate, as it is expensive. And so now we see that our masons are working. They also do consume stone to produce artwork. So that's what they do passively, and the artwork is used for building temples and mosaics and such. Now we are lacking workers in the farm sheds. That's okay. We still have open housing slots. So people should come into the city as long as we have open housing and as long as we have open jobs. If we see flashing buttons, it's not good, obviously, that some of our stuff is idle, but it's natural, so just accept it. You can prioritize buildings, by the way, so you can, for example, shut something off and have some things work that are more important to you. But I would say for us, I'm happy that we don't no longer import timber and just let these sawyers produce our own wood, and that's okay if it drinks some of our labor. It is currently employing 2 and 2 workers. So that is a significant part of our workforce, but now this farming shed has a worker in it, and so he's gonna start growing the cotton. And so when I see that, what we want to do is set up this cotton weaver. Let's go ahead and build these over here. And we will be accepting, well, I might have to set up a new trading post just for this new city. We'll be trading with a lot of cities though. So I don't know what's the optimal way to do this. These buy only 5 cotton per year, I think. These, Tlatoani does not matter. Cotton 10 for this city. Open trade, 1600 access to open. Keep in mind we need to also pay for that. 700, but it's gonna be a good starting city. We can sell them pottery. If we spec into pottery early, that could help us. Or furniture, but furniture requires obsidian as well as timber. It's not just timber. So now we have a sweeper. Now we've got a marketplace. You see what it provides. It gives healthcare service, and tents just need well water and a sweeper to be kind of happy. And then they evolve when they get food, which we currently still import. Notice that we don't have a granary yet. Also there's rain, that is day and night cycle. Capital isn't happy you're not importing timber, I know. But it would practically ruin us, so I'm okay with it. We have a unit of timber here ready. Each building can stock up to 500 in it, which is quite good for us. Our housing is now evolving to crude huts, giving us +1 extra slot for residents, which is 10 population, of course, because we know that each worker is 10 pop. At least that's how it was before. I still believe that's the case. We can check the advisors, by the way. I haven't really covered this yet because it was not really necessary. This is your wages. So you can boost wages for a certain industry, not just globally. You see how much you pay per year. One citizen is 10 pop. Okay, good. We've got the treasure and tribute. So this is how much you've been paying for your exports. This is your like financial advisor apart from wages. Stocks and commerce. This is how much goods you have in the city, and this is if you want people to consume it, I think. Remind. Do not display a reminder about current stocks of soil. Not sure. That's new. Services. This is how much we are providing, or how much you could provide. Yeah, okay, so this is like a breakdown of what does give what, so that you can know. So there is education, there is healthcare, and there's diversion. Diversion is like entertainment. So different things provide different services, but some buildings like sauna provides entertainment as well as healthcare. So there must steam baths, which is an upgraded sauna. Calendar and festivals. We could do festivals, not important at the start. Again, religion is more about a little bit later once your city is established. These are the gods. You see the available worship space, which we currently don't have anything there. Content though, because you have a period of time when it's okay to not have any shrines at the start, and this is your city ratings. So all of that has been vastly improved over how it was before. I love having sharp glass bits in my furniture. Oh yeah. Well, I guess it's like supposed to be inlaid in there, I don't know. But it's something that Augustus only does with bricks, for example, where you need 2 inputs to make 1 resource. Tlatoani does have that on some resources. So just know that's the case. So good fertility, they should be delivered some night soil as well eventually. We've got some night soil there already, you see the stock right there. And these will now require input of cotton to make it into cloth, cotton cloth, and then we can sell that. So we should be building a trading post, which is expensive and big, but we do kind of want it. So let's go ahead and put it here. Used in small ornaments. They also need to split the timbers, right? Yeah, I guess like sort of tool, because that's the only, they didn't really have metal working, so. Tyrant throne, yeah. So now we have water active, so these people would need, they have everything they need at the moment. They didn't complain about anything. But yeah, we have some space in the city, there are still some spaces left, so immigrants can keep coming. And we really want to build this next, so we can start trading, making some money. Also, something else you might want to do is make some clay, so we don't have to buy it anymore. But obviously it will be expensive on workers, so we need to always consider that. Let's see how far we can build this. So I would like 2 clay pits at the start. And let's go ahead and put this down. And this will accept, we can already set this. So we will accept clay. We can do 12 units, that's fine. We also accept cotton. Is raw cotton as well, right? Cotton buds, yes. Well, let's just accept cotton straight up, 8 for trading, or even 12. And we'll set this for a specific city. For now, it's fine. It can also accept certain resources like we do here, where we accept timber for production as well as trading, or you know, building things, but we don't necessarily trade the timber. That being said, there is timber in the timber yards, but no one picked it up yet. But I think it's a good idea not to import something straight off the bat, because you do import a lot of things and our economy could collapse if we are not careful. So that's why we are working on starting these industries quickly. We don't currently have any cotton yet, but it looks like this is ripening. Okay, they are harvesting, I think. And so that will give our cotton weavers some resources to work with. You see that the game does not currently have animations for people walking around, but that's, you know, not a super huge focus. They do flip when they go different direction, but again, the game's UI has been massively improved since I last played it, and mechanically I'd say, you know, the game is robust as it is. Just the only thing is maybe some things are not a priority in development when you make a game from scratch and you like don't want to focus on bling when the game needs to be robust in its mechanics first. This is the day counter, by the way, so we've been here 230 days. For now it's fine, people are still being able to pick up food because we've been importing it. Oh yeah, also people want timber, by the way, so that's something that we might have to expand because that's a lot of demand for timber. So let's go ahead and add another. And I actually don't like how that one is because he's not symmetrical. So let's do that. Just to believe that they're moonwalking. You believe whatever you want. So we accept clay, we accept cotton. We could export this. Not yet. We would have to set this to be trading with someone. We would need to open a trade route first. I want to stop trading with the capital as soon as possible though, so clay, and then we need some stone, which is right here. And we need to consider how do we do this. So we could just go ahead and add another housing block, like jutting out of this, to be able to provide labor, depending on if we have this full. And it looks like it's kind of full, so we could benefit from another area, I believe. Okay, let's check the stone quarry coverage. That is the road. So it can be like this. Make it out there. Hopefully we get enough labor to do something about that, and we want to provide even more workers, especially to this industrial area though. So I think this is gonna be mostly industry and services. We should probably add another block here then, meaning we probably want to jut out like so. It's not gonna be perfectly symmetrical, but it should be okay. And you see the entry-exit points. Oh boy, that's a mistake. There you go. Always misclick. There you go. Hopefully this is not gonna be insane to cover with everything, but you see the walkers do cover everything relatively well. The walkers are smart. Intersections are good in this game because people walk where they are needed. It's not like in Caesar where it's RNG determining if they come onto a crossroad and where they walk. We actually have some buds or some cotton ready. Okay, so this should be deposited here soon, or they should pick it up, rather. That's how it works. We still need a lot of workers, but we've built new housing, and we've also had these cottages. So you see that they evolved again. They need access to more diversion. We could give them entertainment, but that's a little bit further. I'm okay with them being a cottage right now. And we've got getting the tents, which is important. And we would even benefit from more of this cotton, I feel like, because we are probably still not producing quite enough of it. But we need to be careful about the money, as I mentioned before. Hopefully we will get some of this cotton deposited here soon. There is some in the building itself. The only problem is, I think they are getting it into the market. Let's not allow cloth at the moment. Or, sorry, cotton. Cloth, yes. Get some timber. Stone is still waiting a little bit. How far is it? Yeah. So what we have to do here is we build porter stop. This is just the most minimalistic warehouse, basically. It allows you to set up in such a way that you can deposit resources closer and then use it to get to somewhere else. There are no car depots, but you know, it can still work. Train is blocked. Oh, that's just a notification about me building something in where there was a stone, I think. We want to accept stone. And it can only have 8, so we do 8. I don't know if this goes away by itself. There we go. That cleared it out. We should accept some clay. There you go. Tennis block is a bug. Yeah, it might be persisting for too long. Escape cleared it out though. I don't know how I got it though. 2 farms should be enough for 4 content workshops? Okay, so it might just need time to ramp up production. We don't have any irrigation though, because irrigation is expensive to set up, as the canals themselves are a structure. Needs to be built. Getting the timber. I should really start. Okay, we have some cotton, a little bit, not much. But it might be time to start finally doing that. It depends. I would really like to stop importing food as well, but we kind of need to focus on things that are closer to home. So for now, stone, timber, and clay are gonna be locally produced, and that's a big step in the right direction. And then we focus on food as well as, you know, making sure we export some things. We could also start and go ahead and get ourselves a collector, which collector is tax collector, basically, like a forum. He needs to be in a place that's nice though. He likes nice ambience, which ambience is desirability, essentially. Just need to find him. Collector. There you go. And he also, don't forget, they also collect from industry. Let's put him here. These clay pits are working. It's gonna take a little while for us to get any clay though, as especially these people don't live super close. So again, it's important how far your people are to different industry. This will be built soon, which is important as well. We should stop importing stone and clay, and still import food because we have to. And we should open this trade route soon. We've got 1 unit still, 2 units of cotton. Okay, that's good enough, I feel like, for us to start finally trading. So let's go ahead and open Chalco, which is the cheapest trade route. And we also can sell them pottery as well as furniture. Pottery is easy, so we will do that. So we want to sell, set this to be for Chalco. And we export the cotton. And we'll set this up to export pottery as well whenever we get our hands on it. And we should set this to be trading specifically with Tlatoani. And we don't want to really do much else. We do need to focus on that food. Might put another sweeper at the end of the second housing block. Yeah, not a bad idea, I think. We'll see what the coverage is. Yeah, he does not cover these two. So, also, not just coverage, like where the walkers go, but every service has maximum capacity. This is reflected by this. This is how many people it can physically serve before you need another in that same area. Okay, so that's something that Augustus also does not do, but has been like talked about. But for Caesar it would not be a good idea because it would punish efficient blocks. In this game you are not really punished for it because it's built around that mechanic. So I don't feel like it's bad here, but I would not want this in Caesar. So just, you know, that's what I think about that. Yeah, and this will boost this farm in the future. So let's put it here. This is blocking this access a little, but it's okay. Also, I wanted to ask, since Perspective Games is here, so are gardens walkable? I think they were not walkable before, and that caused us to not be able to basically make use of them in this tight area. I know that Stella does block pathing, so like gardeners will go to gardens to collect herbs to then provide to healthcare service buildings to boost their performance. Gardens are walkable, but Stella are not. Okay, good. So that solves it. We might want a road here in the future, but for now it's fine. Let's monitor our inputs. Looks like we are kind of full. I will probably make another workshop over here. Or let's go with 2, as Perspective Games said that you should be able to support 2. And we'll leave this 1 by 1 here, it's okay. Preserve the symmetry there. And we do have some clay already being stockpiled up, which is nice. We also still have clay from this. I'm considering if we should... Yeah, this is getting some stone. So now we have local production of resources, very important step. But... so now our traders, they did pick up this cloth and or cotton and they're gonna sell it. Before we do that, it takes a while. As I mentioned, each city on the Empire map is a certain distance away, and so it takes a little bit of time before they come back, right? So this is 9 days. This is okay, considering we've been here for a long time. Whatever year it is, it's year 2. So, you know, 9 days, not terrible. I think that's pretty quick, actually, as long as they can leave the map quickly. Which might even take them a longer time to actually reach the exit point before. And you see that caravan composes of a trader and guards and then porters. These are people who actually carry the goods, right? Something else. Yes, so food production locally, very important, and we want to kind of do it in a way that would help us in the future to get irrigation in here, right? So we want to keep space for canals. That's kind of what we want here. So how many tiles is it? 4 in the back, and then +1, so that's 1 for the aqueduct, or sorry, aqueduct, the irrigation channel, 1 for the crops, 2 for the crops, 3 for the crops, 4 for the crops. And so we can put down this, and what we can do now is we want maize. This is corn, which we do import currently. But it's not the only thing our people want. They also want other things. So if we do this, we can also put down fruit trees. These are gonna grow some fruit, and they are best used at like not concentrating them everywhere, but just having a couple, right? That's what you want. So two for fields, 1 for channel. Let's go ahead and copy that design. And get more fruit trees. You could even be more efficient. You can also grow trees for wood. If you apply a map that doesn't have wood, this will give you willows, will give you wood. So that's how that works. Because wood is crucial. In this game, again, you need resources to build any buildings, essentially. We will want an access point here, but I do believe that we will want that channel soon. Also, something to consider with this, if we check, it does not reach the market, you see that? So what we could do is, we could build a granary over here and just use that to supply the market with getting, if we put a granary here to be closer. Also, we lost 1 noble worker, I think from just age. We might need to build a noble compound, but they at least want pottery, I think. So that's something we might have to do. We could set us to get timber, I think. No. We would have to make a stop for that. Why don't we do that? We could do yard for our industry. We need pottery, so let's go ahead and get this close to the pits, if possible. And I would like to get some kilns. I've built this in not such a great way, actually. Let's start with the kilns. I'm being a bit sloppy here. Let's go ahead and get this. Start setting up sort of a jutting out section and get ourselves a porter yard. And for this, what we want to do is we want to get timber. That's basically like a warehouse in Caesar. It's gonna send people to get the timber from where it's accepted, bring it here. We also want to accept more clay, and then we can deliver the pottery here, because this is where it will go for exports. So we've already had that set up. What we might need though is even more raw resources, because wood is used for essentially everything, and clay is also very important, as you might have guessed. So let's put in another road here, and we might want to dry up this reeds patch. This is swamps basically, and how you do that is I might have to search for it. That is Chinampa. Chinampa is drying up swamps, essentially. So let's go ahead and clean these 2 tiles up so we can use it. All of our weavers are active. What we will need here is a connection after channels are dug. So let's go ahead and set this up. It's not perfectly symmetrical. Don't obsess about it. It's just good if you can do it, but it's not absolutely vital that everything is absolutely symmetrical, because that's obviously not practical in a lot of cases. Swamps might be the water source for the clay pits use, so be careful. Right. So we actually might not want to do that. I did already have this one set up. I guess this one is providing it. Yeah, I think so. The swamp. So this tile is actually what the clay pits are using for that. That's okay. We can keep one for like 1x1 services or something. Sawyer. Let's go ahead and pick up another sawyer, but again, careful so we build it in such a way that makes sense. Where there's timber, build that here. Hopefully that's gonna still reach our warehouse. Warehouse, the trading post. I'll reshuffle that in the future, I think. I will want to get rid of this eventually, because this exclusively trades with Tenochtitlan, and that's not exactly great for us. Okay, look. You'll need symmetry around certain structures, like the plazas and temples, so don't sweat it too much elsewhere. Yeah, okay. So it matters a lot for the religion and the plazas. Plazas are entertainment buildings, big ones. So like in Caesar we have plaza, which is essentially mosaic here. Also, maybe it's time to start irrigating, but before we do that, let's go ahead and just get a granary. I always have a hard time tracking these because I'm not used to it yet as a granary. So let's build this thing. I don't want to block this. I cannot rotate that. It has to be like this, I suppose. Let's put it here. Or here would be okay as well. But for the future, it would be handy to have it closer to this. So that's a concern. Yeah, I believe we want it here. And then we want to make another one, which could go here for providing goods to this market. Does this block the road? Hope it doesn't. So this is gonna get maize and fruit. And we accept it over here. How much can it accept? 60 units. So let's do 20. And keep 20 for some chilies or something in the future. You could relocate the fortress. Oh yeah, that's right. We have a thing that's you can just pick up something and build it elsewhere. I think. Relocate this venue, yeah. So we could do that, but it gets Miang to go outside in the background. They are, yeah. 2020, now your city has the coof. Yeah. We don't need that, because I think we want this here just because it's in the central location for a lot of the future farms. But we will need some people living here. That's gonna be our thing.
The darkness holds dominion. Black as death.
And how many people live in our city? We still have plenty of space, so as long as we keep providing them workspace, we should be good. I am worried about the timber though. So it would make sense in my eyes to put in another porter stop just for wood. We could also split it to 4-4, but that seems a little bit low. So in hindsight, I might have been better off building like a porter yard instead of porter stop, but you know, it's what it is. It's already done. So let's just go ahead and get ourselves this timber porter stop, and we want to build it again in such a way that makes sense. And I think that it makes sense to build this here. So we can use it like this. It's gonna cut down some trees doing this, but it's okay. And this thing's gonna accept timber. Where is it? Timber. and then we can finally opt out of this once we start producing enough resources here. If we have enough timber and clay and stone, we could start now to finally do some of that. Also, I should stop, we did stop importing stone, good. We don't have any mods here today, so forgive me, I must take care of this myself. Don't click the links. One of the sawyers might not have access to the trees anymore. Possibly. This one, I guess it still does something, but it could be better to relocate it. So we could do that. Just put it there. Now we have maize here. We should be growing our own, but we need that. I'm gonna set up the canal, even though it is expensive and it takes a while. Also, we did set up this, so we will produce some pottery, which will benefit us financially. I should add another kiln to this. Adjacent to this is okay, but we could have it here. Terrain is blocked, shows up. Okay. So yes, I think canal is probably the next plan we have. So we need to source our water from swamps. So we'll have to do it that way. But we can start by laying it out like this. So if I just go straight, is it gonna just tap into something? You see that there is a bridge created if it goes over roads and whatnot. This is a swamp tile, but I'm not sure if it's gonna allow us to tap water just from this. I think usually you want to tap that. We could just make it smaller. We will not be building around here much anyway. Just go ahead and tap this. I want it to be straight, you don't need to, but I like it to be orderly because then it's easier to kind of do things around it. So now this is going to be the channel, and we do also want to build more channels to surround whenever we have farmland. So, you know, like so. So we get ourselves the boost. I think it's two tiles. Is it? 2 tiles or 3 tiles from the channel. You get boost to irrigation. I could check my overlay for it later. So hopefully we are now starting to make money. We'll see about that. The collector should help a little bit. And soon we will have to worry about religion, I think, which is a bit unfortunate because I don't feel like I'm in a good place for that yet. And we also need some nobles, but let's just let it be done for now. 3 tiles irrigation can count. Good, so it boosts even these tiles. Makes sense. We've got 37 maize. So I think we might have to cut off this import finally. And with that out of the way, this thing no longer is needed. We could still use it for other things, but I don't even think we need it at the moment, and it is just a burden. So I should get rid of this after we use up all the resources from it. Or we could relocate it, use it for other purposes. That's also an option, of course. So we want to trade with more people in the near future. So irrigation should boost our output. We also do need a night soil for this. And if this is far away from the night soil source, what we could also do is we could also make a turkey hutch. This makes turkeys and they produce night soil. So that's something we could do, and it's not desirable to have it, but I believe that we might want this. So let's go ahead and get one here, and we'll accept a little bit of meat. Well, a little bit, 20 will do. Oh boy, we have a fire. How do I deal with fire? I think my people will just do it. Dowsing. Okay, masons do it. If you want to get rid of the mason ports entirely, I'd probably add another farmer too. Yeah. Might be Might be correct. You always think you have enough, but you might not have enough. I feel like we got enough stockpiled up, but it's probably not. So turkey hutch will do... So we'll be feeding them fruits. We'll also be feeding them meat. This is also 60 units, so let's go ahead and set this up to be the same. Let's get the meat, get the maize, get the fruits. And let's go ahead and add that farm shed over here. This will do. Give it a maize. 3 in the back. And then we want to fruit trees. We could also do with other things, but this scenario is relatively simple. We don't need to do anything too fancy. Let's go ahead and get ourselves this canal. And let's add another farm. That will go over here. It needs canal and then 2 tiles. Fruit trees. Is this far enough away so it doesn't quite work? It does go here, which I hope is it's enough, I think. Fruit trees. If it doesn't work, we'll have to solve it, of course. Dig this canal here. The well dipper should put it out. Ah, right. So the well dipper does that. We do have only one. What's the service capacity? We still have some leeway in that, so that's okay. Our timber clay looks a little bit low at the moment. I could use another pit. Let's put it in. Make this a loop. Add another kiln. And we want even another sawyer, I believe. Just make it so it doesn't fuck up with the other things around here. This will do. We lack a worker there, which is fine. Still have some space for commoners, which is fine. They would like diversion. We could give them an alcove, plaza, things like that. Is it the time though? I might need a religion soon, which means I need like a noble compound. They might be able to get some pottery soon. If they get pottery, that would make it easier for me to handle things. But in order to get pottery, they will need to go here, which we don't have a surplus currently, so... Production's underway. These are all making pottery. I think we want another production facility for pottery, because we are selling a lot of it. Let's put this over here. You don't need nobles for the basic shrines, just for the larger temples. So that's a change though, right? Because before you needed them, I think. So if that's the case, that's good. So I remember I had to make nobles for the basic shrines as well before. Let's go ahead and get the people evolved. So an alcove is the most basic stuff. It could remind you of a juggler school in Pharaoh, but it's not as cursed because it does not require a T-shape. It does not break the loops completely. We could put it here, that's why we have these spaces here, but it doesn't, you see, it does not cover everyone, so it's not a perfect solution, but none of this really is. But we could have it like here, that would cover everyone. It's just going to break the symmetry a little bit. But I feel like this is good. Let's put it in. Maybe this is cursed, I don't know. We'll see. Cotton, we actually have loads. I really should set up another trade with this other city. Let's relocate this building. We'll put it here. Location for the alcove breaks the loop. This? Breaks the loop, does it? It shows up as walking out there. Oh, that's right, because some of the parts of this are unwalkable. That's right, some of the parts of this building are unwalkable. You see the little squares? That's what can be walked on. So you do not want to put it here because it would not allow traveling through there. That's right. So we could put it here instead. Once again, it does kind of break the space a little bit, but I feel like it's a good place to have it. It might get overburdened with work though. So now we will relocate this thing, which is important. That location is fine, yeah. Now I see it when I know about that. More workers needed always, that's fine, that's just how it is. And still constructing this. We could make another mason's yard, which usually it's a good idea to have multiple for speeding up construction, especially once you do like the canals. That's what's holding us back a lot, is I've set up a lot of the canal building and that just takes a very long time. Let's go ahead and place our mason's yard. This will be fine. And they'll be relocating this. I would also really like to make a hunter, but it's not vital. Also, if we can just pick up some shrines. This is a temple. Shrine. It is a bit expensive. Tlatoani is a god of industry. It boosts farms and workshops, I think. Big symmetry. We can give it roads around it. Divine symmetry. Okay. It would boost a lot of this, so it's certainly an option. If you demolish the old trading post, you'll need something else to store construction materials for the masons. That's right. Right. We need. Well, we do have that. We have stone. We have timber. We have clay. So everything should technically be allowed everywhere. It's just... Zag is the god of 9x9s and long wall blocks. Yeah, what does that have to do with anything? It kept the settings, actually, this. Which is fine, I guess. Hey Jake, welcome. What do we have here? Tlatoani. You have the materials, but they are not within delivery range of the mason's yards. Yeah, so they need to actually be within this. Okay. It's concerning. Can I relocate this to be here then? Because that would kind of solve it. I suppose. Let's get this to be symmetrical. I might build the shrines, but for now we need this to be built. I think I wasted a lot of materials building the canals for now. Let's see. We're gonna be able to, yeah. So now we can access clay and timber, and we need stone, which is here. I just need it to get. We could get it here. We still have space. Let's get stone. Get. It accepts clay, that's correct. Maybe increase the amount. And this should hopefully work well. Now this, I don't even know what we use this for yet. Another trade route. Once we open another trade route, we'll do that. We actually made some money. So I think we have a surplus of cloth. Not quite sure. There's, oh yeah, 8 cotton. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the Empire map. So cotton, they bought 2 out of 5. That's really, yeah, we could really sell more. Tlatoani is probably the best we have. It does cost a bit, but it's okay. So let's do Tlatoani. And we will sell them cotton. Export 12, yes. Could reduce the amount they accept in here, just so keep 8 so that none of it is wasted, hopefully. Now with the boosts, maybe we even produce enough cotton to support more weavers. I don't know. It looks to me like we need maybe another cotton farm. So we might want to do that. Let's keep this rolling for a bit. We are waiting on the stone. I could put in another porter yard to supply more resources. because that seems to be the case. I can't say that these people get it, because these don't have the ability to do that. Only the porter yards or porter stops. So let's get another yard. This will focus on timber more. We'll see what we set it up with in mind later. These people have the alcove. No, there is flutist that's needed. So I'll have to do that still. Do we have space in the houses? We do. So that's still okay. We still have the space. And have we made any pottery? Well, it's constantly being made. I haven't seen it sit in the stockpiles like ever, but I think that we are selling it. Just don't have the proof. Maybe we should check the advisors. City in debt. Really? Were we in debt? You can spend up to 0 access before your credit runs out. That's probably not right. Interest each year, consider cutting back workforce. Well, we did not go into that, I don't think, but maybe that's what happened at the start. We could like go borrow the money or something. That's what got displayed, I suppose. Okay, hopefully we get the workers to staff that. We should check the service capacity. This is still fine. And people will need other things. I just was hoping that this flutist would come here. Maybe it needs... No, surely it needs just someone to work there. It does not need like a school. That's for later for the nobles, I think. We've been building this. You see, when it's built, it looks like this. So that's why the canals are taking forever. The cat. Darkness wants to go outside. I think Kate is outside with the other cat. That's why he's yelling. Sorry for that. We have the stone and some timber. We don't have enough timber. That is a little bit in all the soldiers' yards. It's cute yelling. If you say so. To me it sounds pretty ear-tearing. Okay, we have the canals working now, so that should boost our production. I should also expand the canal here, even though it is expensive. It is generally a good idea. To have it. Especially with food, because food is just always needed. Yeah, it's been dropping a little. I don't know what the current stockpiles of fruit are. There's no fruit. There's a little bit of fruit, so they are growing it. You can see specific stats if you care about how ripe that thing is. You can hover over it, of course. We do need those temples or shrines soon. Okay. We have fire. Hopefully that doesn't do anything catastrophic to our city. It is pretty bad. Maintaining the cotton weavers. Okay. I think we need another well dipper then. Just to get another, like, firefighter. What is the basic service? Well dipper, there we go. We'll need another one and eventually anyway, so it's not a big deal. And I would like it to be close to our potential future, well, our industry. That's what it needs to be close to. Doesn't have to have a spare well dipper, yeah, I imagine. It is spreading. I think it's perpetually spreading to everything here, so we'll have to, yeah, it's probably pretty bad. We'll see if it helps if we ever build this in time. This is burned down basically, yeah. And they're repairing it while it's on fire, so... It's never gonna burn down, but it's keeping my people busy, and it's not good for me. This has been built. Staff are resting at the moment. I can imagine. They are probably not at their workplace. This doesn't have a worker yet. Alright. If this gets a worker, it probably helps a lot. We'll see. Money looks okay. Not amazing, but okay. And I might need another farm for food. We'll see. There's the turkey hutch. It does use maize though. Oh boy, my granary is on fire as well. Okay. What's the worker on the other developer doing? He's not working. There is no one currently in there. This one is no visitors at the moment. Our staff are busy elsewhere at the moment. If I click on the person, they are here dousing the cotton weavers. But they will burn down. It's just I would like them to save this instead, but we'll see if they can do that. I think it's perpetually catching fire because they are like, you build things adjacent to each other, as no, I guess that's expected, people do that. So, you know, in Stronghold, this is reminding me of Stronghold. When you do that in Stronghold, you play a map that has fires. You just have to build buildings far enough away from each other so they don't catch fire like this. But it completely butchers the efficiency, so you can't build efficient industry. And it's just infuriating, and a lot of people don't like maps that have fire because of that. So, you know, maybe I would say make the fire sort of more like Caesar than like Stronghold. At least it doesn't burn people alive in this, but yeah, if you have 4 buildings, that they can probably spread fire to each other forever, which is a bit of a problem. Terrain is blocked. It's not really, but something was here, I know that. Condition 100%. Okay, so is this... It's probably a bug. Let's go ahead and save this game. Save. Can I make a save? I think it's probably because there was something in the way before, and it's just the game doesn't recognize it's gone. I would like to save though, so I can try and come back. Use autosave. No, these are the saves I've been given to look at, but save the session. Is it done? There are ruins in the side of the granary, but the sprites are... Ah, okay, right. So we can just go ahead and remove them, I think. Assuming that the game will recognize that. Sorted alphabetically, so yours is near the bottom, right? Let's take a look at it. Okay. Yeah, I think I've... save and load. Proceed, it's just loading. This is not mine, I don't think. We're also playing Social Melko, which is... This is yours, I think. Is this mine? This is mine. But we figured this out, so let's just go ahead and get this. Hopefully they clear it out. Disease is becoming a significant problem. Yeah, not good. We could use... And I also really want this industry back though. That's the thing. Let's just get this done. Mistakes. Cotton weaver. Misclicking. Where is this thing? Here. What do I want to do? Yeah, health. Health. Value per sauna. It consumes timber. So as long as it's within the range of this, it will be okay. It covers pretty much everyone if we build it here. It's not the greatest place for it, but I'd say we do want this. We also could do with some other services. I think this is gonna be enough for now. Having some issues with employment. No one wants to work as the flutist, apparently. Which is not great for us. Also, I hope that we can finally fix this granary. Yes, it can be built. So let's go ahead and set up the orders again. And get some, not chili. Let's get some meat. We could just accept it as well because it's near the turkey hatch, but just get it. It's fine. Need a herbalist to deal with disease? Maybe. I don't have a herbalist just yet. Common illnesses. Alright, so it's not just health rating. Like sauna's not gonna just help, I guess. A herbalist will need get from our garden. So we need a gardener, which is I should stop. We also don't have any shrines yet, which makes me paranoid. Okay, so let's build a gardener. Let's put him here. And let's get some gardens. It can be within... You see the tiles, so this is how many tiles he can have. Alright. If we build something there, it's not gonna be accessible. We'll do Stella or something. The 21 tiles. And we want even more. There you go. And next we want a herbalist. We also want those shrines, so let's start getting it, even though we are kind of, you know, I think we have a lot of work for our people set up. Let's do the Tlatoani, which is a god of industry, acquire a scenic neighborhood. We could just build something to increase the ambience and then be done with it that way. Weak symmetry, but we can help with that. If we get a couple of stone roads, it is expensive, but stone roads are essential like normal roads, just improved ones, better ambience. Let's get that, and let's see about more shrines. So Pocotli, it's God of War, Patron of Mexico people. I guess we can do that. This helps houses, I think, right? Yep. Let's put this thing here. Stone road. And how is this looking? There's actually 9 out of 8 stone, so there's more than should be in here. I guess that's because one of the workers is holding that stone. And we've got 2 out of 5 in there and 5 out of 5 there. So we have plenty for now. It could get worse eventually, of course. If we keep spending a lot of stone, there could be a shortage. As for the food, I would like another farm. But it's not completely vital, I don't think. Well, maybe we do want that. It is getting a little bit far away for a lot of these people though, so we need to keep that in mind. Let's get some more and get some fruit trees and get a canal, and let's get a road. There you go. And we could put this road through here eventually, just to be able to loop back. Can I build roads over the canal? No. I think that was something we could have, we did before, wasn't it? Yeah, it did build, you can build canals over roads, but not the other way around. I would have cut it off, I guess. Okay. That might just be an oversight, though. I think it should allow this. It's just, I think even it was even in the game before, I think. Might just be an oversight. It's currently day 4 of the month of empty days. So that does some sort of calendar. I guess it's accurate to, you know, Aztecs. I should really be building more shrines. It's just, we have a lot of tasks at the moment, so I'm quite confident we should just wait. Might be the road pathfinding that's messing it up. Yeah, maybe. Let's go ahead and see. You are right. It is. So let's let that be a thing. Interesting. Well, discovering new things, it's always, you know, people do unexpected things and then you find out some sort of bug. It's just the joy of debugging, I guess. Okay, still digging all the gardens, that's fine. There's a flutist, there's people working in the sauna, which is good. Our money is good. Do we collect money? Light service use, okay. We've built the shrines, which is important. It needs maize and pork to work properly. We could make pork, but I don't think on this map we can grow it. Pork field, no. So we'll have to import pork. We could do that. I think if you check, well, are we in a position to do that yet? I don't quite know. A lot of this housing is completely full. Might want to evolve them instead of just building more. These are still kind of empty because there's not that much work around here. Can import mugwort. Yeah. We should do that. That's what I wanted to say. I just confused the two. We should produce the pork ourselves and cloth ourselves from mugwort that we import. So it's cheaper than the finished goods. And also gives us some jobs, which gives you some place to collect taxes from. So it's actually better, I think. But you do, of course, pay wages for the people working there, I think. Okay, so the noble population fell to 2, as it is. I think they live in here. Enemies killed. You have stats? 1 enemy killed. Interesting. So there was some sort of bandits, I guess. There are bandits on the trade route sometimes, so maybe that's where the kills come from. Timber's still kind of light. Would actually like to see more. Let's get another sawyer. We've got some shrines. I would like more, just to be able. I think they don't need the pork immediately. It just helps with the service quality, but for now we just care about even having service access for these guards, right? This is okay, this needs to benefit housing. That's an okay place to have it, I think, as long as we provide some nice stone roads. What is the current stockpile of stone in the city? Okay, it's okay. And there is pottery now. Is pottery in the market? There is currently pottery, yes. No food though. That's a major issue. Let's get another farm. Let's get some fruit trees. And it's actually not correct. We need to put this further. There you go. And get some canals. Could get another turkey hutch. There's turkeys, by the way. They are actual walkers. So that is a thing. The raw meat requires ingredient to produce meat. I guess this shouldn't really be here. Just, you know, it makes meat from... If anything, it feeds them some maize, I think. Love the turkeys. They are nice. Okay, we could go ahead and do the mugway, I think. Let's go ahead and take a look. So who sells that? Mugway from Chalco. Okay. Chalco is this, right? Yep. Do we have space? We do. Mugway. Mugway. There you go. Imports, 8 mugway. Need to ensure that there's enough food at all times. I think even more meat might be a good idea. Okay, so there's a gardener. He still didn't get staffed, so he didn't build the gardens yet. Also, Alcove just didn't get a worker. There's some healthy amount of, you know, empty jobs always in this game. If something doesn't work, it just means more people can come into the city. So that's fine. It might be frustrating that your services not having the workers and you can prioritize it somehow. I just don't know how. I don't really want to get into it right now. Let's check. What other shrine do we need? We need... I think it's this, right? Quetzalcoatl. It's a god of enlightenment. Smiles on your artisans, scholars. Okay, so... Good symmetry here. I would not say that's great, but... Can we have another place? We will want some spaces around that, of course. There you go, let's do it here. We are not cutting this tree anyway, I don't think, anymore. What's our stone? Stone is still okay. If you disable some industry services, it should free up workers to find jobs elsewhere. Yeah, how do we do that? Do we do it through the advisor? Also, there was... Debt? I don't think I was in debt. I don't think we went into debt. I guess we do it through... He's annoying me. I have to do something about that. I don't want to listen to that. The little green checkbox in the building UI can toggle jobs on and off. Okay. Well, then, too bad, Morris. I don't, and what I want is more important. Sorry, but... You can have horrible screeching noises on the background if you want to. I'm sure there's a reputable seller of that somewhere on the internet. I don't want to provide that. Green button in the UI. I don't see anything like that. Maybe this? That's right. So we could turn off something to make them work elsewhere. What is the least important thing we have? I kind of need everything, that's the thing. Is enough pottery? I suppose we could turn off one of the workshops. As for the clay, clay is still lacking, actually. Could probably get another clay pit. There's 14 in the city, but I think it counts everything in the actual stockpiles as well. Could be wrong though. I'll find my cat screeching merchant. Just know it. Yeah. No, you can just get it like on YouTube or wherever. You can just listen to it if you want to, but to me it's annoying, especially when I'm doing something that's important to me, like today's stream is very important to me. I don't want any garbage. I don't want any nonsense, okay? What do you want? We've got divine symmetry in the city, which I don't necessarily think that's correct, but the game thinks so, so it's okay. Plenty of clay pits. Just what was eaten up by the canal. Oh yeah, that's correct. The canals are kind of hungry on the base resources, so it does matter. I actually think even another farm shed is probably necessary. Let's turn this off. You know what would be good? I know that you can see like, oh, it's not shining, it's not producing therefore, I know. But if it has an icon like this for when it needs workers, maybe it should also show an icon that it's mothballed. Maybe less intrusive, not so big, but just, you know, a small little thing to tell you. Because like, I know it doesn't have resources in it, but this one does work. It's off as well, but it's on. This is on actually, but they look the same, right? Because I think it doesn't have the timber. Yeah. So to me, it would be nice if you could tell. Yeah. Tlatoani. Okay, now we need an academy of a school of so. This is Tlatoani provides civil education, martial training to your young boys. That's basically Aztec education. We need this. Let's go ahead and build one. Where do we want to build this thing? I had a spot, I think. Here, it does not cover the whole block though. So instead, let's build it here. The thing is, it might be full of service capacity quite quickly though, so we might not be able to use it for like everything. And let's build this up in such a way that we can have another housing area if we wish, which we might wish soon, because this is not having enough capacity, I don't think. Some of these huts are terrible. More nutrition, yeah, food. Not getting enough food is the problem here. I think they are getting enough technically, but not quite. Also, the sweeper is like constantly full, I think, of the night soil. Would be nice to probably put one like closer to this so they can deliver more elsewhere. Can import maize from Tlatoani, I think. I could, yeah. It would kind of help, right? We could do that. Let's do some imports. Tlatoani. They shouldn't charge insane money, yeah. They shouldn't charge insane money for it. We should be able to support it, I think. Service use adequate. It does cover almost everyone, so that's okay. And we should still be able to just get. Could do even more maize. I think these are just kicking in, so eventually we should see more food. Just takes a little while to get going properly. Okay, so we build a Tlatoani. It needs workers, so I'll have to wait. I might want to rekindle some of this industry though, in a bit. Tacopan, Yumu? Well, it's Tlacopan, the city. I don't know. I'm 99% certain I'm butchering all of these pronunciations. So this is what it is. I'm sorry, I'm not Aztec. I don't speak the Aztec language. So I can't tell you what it's actually called. It's just, you know, I see squiggles, I try to pronounce them. That's what it is. Malinaco is something we could open for more cotton, but they would need a separate trade warehouse or a trading post. Might do that later. I don't think we need that necessarily at the moment. For Tlatoani, okay. That one is not so hard, I guess. I'm even tempted to go another Veldipper just to be able to extinguish that fire, because yeah, I'm very worried that the fire is gonna happen here and it's gonna burn everything to the ground again. That would be really bad for us, so it's not great to do this, but I think I will, just to be able to ensure that. Because the fires seem brutal to me. Let's get even more houses. This is already struggling with food. Hopefully we can do something about that soon. A couple of houses shouldn't be a big deal to support. This never got a worker, which is a bit unfortunate. I could turn off industry, but will it make people actually work where I want? I don't know. We did turn off this and not this. What is our current pottery stockpile? 7. I don't really want to turn this off though. It's the thing. But I guess I will. Just to be able to try and force people to work where I want them to. Should be getting more commoners. There you go. That works now. Tlatoani works. They have everything they need at the moment, but that's probably not gonna last. Also, it's gonna take a little while for us to have that import of food kick in. Farming shed con fire. Yeah, hopefully we get everything to work. Let's go ahead and rekindle some of the industry. If this doesn't have quite enough workers, I'm fine with it. But services are vital that they work. Still need some priests. Do we have all the temples? I often forget. How many gods are there? Is it like 5 or something? 6 even. Neglected. That's Lalipoka Mektelquotl. Okay. There you go. And this one. And that will be all the shrines we need at the moment. I just need to build it in a way that it makes sense. Suppose we can have it here. If we have enough stone, I will make sure they have good symmetry by building around them like so. This one will be pretty cursed though. So I might just keep it as it is. Maybe with slight adjustment to this road. There you go. So some more temples. New houses. Just need food. I might even want to go with that hunter I talked about earlier. But it depends. Maybe just more farming. And just go with straight up maize fields instead of sprinkling in the fruit trees. I'm not sure if that will work. We need, how many tiles is that? 3, 4, 5. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we need 2, 3 to the side. No, I'll still give it the fruit trees. Canal is expensive. Let's go ahead and get a road going this way. Hopefully the food stabilizes with the imports, we'll see if that makes a difference. So what do the houses demand next? They have everything they need at the moment. Miktek Sehwatil. Okay, but I will not remember that. It's like, I'm sorry, but these things are very hard for me to memorize or pronounce. Unfortunately, Nahuatl is not on Duolingo from the looks of it. I imagine. But there are probably some people who speak this to this day, I imagine. Might go to commerce advisor to check the production consumption for maize. Yes, should do that. A commerce advisor is this. Maize. Our balance is positive, but stock is 26. Projected last year, current year, projected. Okay. So do we see consumption? Origin. This is where it gets produced, and this is where it gets consumed, right? Homes. Full stock. Spoiled 1. Imports 12. Okay. Consuming 12. 5. Right. We also do produce meat, just a little bit, and then fruits. What of this is the fruit? Fruit, there we go. Yeah, fruit is decent, I think, for us. Not everyone wants to eat it, though, apparently. They do have it in. I think it should be okay. Just give it time to equalize, and these are kicking in with this new one. Hopefully it's gonna be enough. We have decent money. I did start importing mugwort. Let's go ahead and start producing... Where is it? Not brew. Yeah, brewery and then cloth as well. So 2 breweries and 2 cloth weavers from the mugwort. And then we accept... Use this to accept... I can't. We'll need to do a specific warehouse. I wanted to use it for that, but we can't. Let's get a porter yard over here. This thing's gonna accept poke, which is like vine, and then cloth, which is cloth. 8 is fine, and it's gonna be close enough to allow market to get it. We might need a second market. It doesn't seem to be able to get it fast enough, so we'll see. We might want to do second market around here. And now we have the gardens being built up, which is good. I would like even more stone, I think, because we will start to use a lot of it once we start to build temples and such. Let's take a look where the road is. The road is there. This is a bit far away, but it should still work, I think, without issues. As for the timber, we could also use another sawyer, I think. As long as it's not ludicrously far away, it should be okay. Alright, this will be a lot of workers that we need. Put that in. Is everything working? We could rekindle this industry. There you go. It's gonna impact our workers momentarily, we'll see. Hopefully we can evolve these houses. There we go, medium cottage. It needs a sentry post. I remember sentry posts usually have trouble with getting enough workers. We'll see if we can do that. It's a basic service, isn't it? So it's like down here somewhere. Hunter's Lodge, this is military, right? I might be missing it completely, I'm just not familiar with the menus again. Sentry post, there we go, health and safety is one of the categories, there we go. So where do we build this thing? We need 2 of them, because I don't think one is gonna cut it. So let's do one there and one here. It's not great to block this, but could be worse. Let's build a stela, I think. Can we build them already? Artwork. I think we are making artwork, so it should be fine. Let's make a couple of these things. Are we making artwork? We do. Center post is under health and safety. Yeah, I found it. It's just, again, it's gonna be a while before I figure out what the menus all do. It's like, if I remember from the icon. But, yeah. You know, it's how it is when you play new-ish game. I did play this before, but you kind of lose track of it once you play other city builders in the meantime. I wouldn't say it's wrongly labeled or anything. I would even maybe go with like slightly more simplified icons just to be able to clearly tell what it does, even though these are nice. Like if I'm complete scrub, I'm probably gonna look at it and not know what represents what, right? That'd be bad. Maybe the health, that's, you know, hard makes sense, right? All of this kind of makes sense if you look at it. But if you just, for me, it's just quicker to just kind of scroll through instead of actually trying to identify the categories. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So we need 8,000 pop. That's gonna take a long time, but our city is still tiny, so we'll see after we get some of this. We could relocate this if we want to. For now, it's okay to have it where it is. We could put another turkey hutch in, as long as it's not insanely far away from the granary, it should be okay. I would really like it to be, okay, this one would be fine, because it would still provide enough, and it does boost everyone. So I will build this, even though it is in the fertile area. Need more workers. These are a lot of workshops though, so it makes sense that we lack workers right now. And these huts should evolve, yes. Give it time. Center post. They will get their center post access once someone starts working there. Which will take a little bit. There's space in the houses, and we have, yeah, our population should be growing. I think I would like some nobles now, but we need to build them where it makes sense. Access to luxury goods is important for them. I feel like having them here is okay, as long as these wells are not terrible. If we ever want water though, that would probably interfere with me doing things. So how about we put nobles here? Put in 3 of them. How many tiles is that? 4? Maybe some more commoners and a market would not be a terrible idea. Keep some space for extra ambience. New market. This will still access everything. Let's put this thing... Is this good? Slightly too far, I think. Let's put it here. You're playing very fast. Hopefully that's not gonna break anything. But this has no military, so it should be good. Just play like this. Normally, if there's a military threat, this would be really bad, because you could get invaded by something really strong and die. But yeah, you just kind of let it roll. There is demographics though. If we check there's the advisors. This will be familiar too if you played Caesar. So you see how old people are. I guess red means that they are retired and they don't work. Kids obviously green. I think, does this game have child labor? Caesar does not have child labor. People in Caesar work only when they are 20 and they retire when they are 50. Unless you use this setting in Augustus, which makes them retire at 60. And we kind of centralized all the housing, which is not the perfect way to go about it, because you need workers here a lot and it takes them a while to go there. We also, I saw this being overstrained. Yep, we need a new alcove. Let's go ahead and build one. Over here, it might impact the symmetry there a little. We could have built it here actually. What? Too late. Children don't work, I believe. Okay. Because did people retire in the real room? What is that question? Of course no. Normal people, no. Higher class people never had to work in the first place. And middle class people, there is no retirement. You retire when you're dead, essentially. Even old people would often have jobs or, you know, do things for society. Otherwise they would not be able to support themselves. But no ancient society really had that. Rome at least had a grain dole, which means, you know, even people who were not retired could be eligible to receive free food, because that was majority of people's budget in this time. And in history, well, speaking even medieval times, most money people spent was on food. So they had subsidization programs because of their busted economy. Romans had incredibly busted economy, so they provided free food to some of their poorest citizens, in theory, on paper. And so that was the grain dole, but it only like exacerbated problems with the urban poor and other things. Regardless, yeah, retirement. It's a nice way to call that, but it's... no. That's purely modern concept we have, I believe. Let's get another one of these, and another one of these built. Got loads of timber, which is good. It's needed for every house, so makes sense to make that. We could do another gardener if the nobles require that. They want cloth, it's just fine. We've set up the industry for it. Should be able to see some cloth eventually. I'm gonna allow all the goods. There's cloth. There you go. Still need a lot of workers. Hopefully that's gonna be fine. Needs access to religion. I hope that will fix itself. I really need this though. This would be really good for us to be able to get more workers closer to where they work instead of being close to this general area. This is not very desirable, but that's fine. Don't quite like that. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. There you go. And there we go. We will have to likely get more services, but for now this should work. So more workers, they work closer to where they live now, which is important. And when we build that, immediately we get like a spike of, I think lack of housing was kind of biting us. Even though some of these huts have space in them, they just don't really want immigrants. They just want to have kids, I guess. Let's make sure we build up more of these stela. And eventually we want that gardener around here. For sure. Do we do it immediately? Oh no. Oh no. There's a fire. We have 3 well dippers. Let's pray. Okay. I think we fixed it. It's fine. But if this starts burning, that could be really bad because it's enclosed, technically. Resources look okay. What are these huts? They have everything they need. Okay. Well, it does help to distribute the workforce a little bit better, I think. Tlatoani house on fire. Alright. Give it time. They have everything they need in these houses, which is medium cottage. I like the evolution stages. It reminds me a lot of Caesar, which Caesar is probably the game that did it the best way with the evolutions. But I'm very impressed with the walker system. It's the smartest walkers in any city builder I've seen. Which you don't have direct control of it as much as in like Nabochendas are, but you don't need to because people actually do what they're supposed to by themselves. Which is something I never thought we would see in a game. Okay, this is active, which is nice. Let's check the gods if they are happy. Content, impressed, pleased, content, neglected. Well, that's just because we had that shrine be built later. Oh, yeah, no. No need to thank me for anything. As I said at the start, I'm not being paid for showing this to people, but I've not said these things if I didn't mean it, so I'm looking forward for the game to come out for sure. Which, do you have a date in mind for the release? I did wishlist it on Steam, which I reminded people to do, but I don't think I saw a date yet. So I guess you still have something planned for it. Got plenty of resources there. Improvements are under construction. This needs diversion. That should be provided eventually. Sauna. We could go sauna. It does timber around here, so I think that's fine. And let's build, make this the stone road. So to generally improve that area, also improve the nobles area. How about our stone? Yeah, that has 5 in it, so we are actually fine. Should be at least another 1 or 2 weeks. Oh, that's so close to release. That's good. Do you have some doing marketing? I haven't seen the game marketed anywhere. This would be a shame if people didn't know about it. Unfortunately, city builders, it's sort of a niche genre. So like a lot of us who played Caesar as kids or whatever know about that genre and play it to this day, but it's not very meta, so it's hard to know and where to share, you know, things about the game. So this is how many we need. We need 143 workers. It's not reflecting the space that's in the city, which we could see, I think. Breakdown. Working. 82% of people. That's ridiculous. Okay. 16% children. Homeless 2%. Can we have a capacity? Space. There we go. Medium cottage 168. Small cottage 96. So total. There's no total, but we could still accommodate more. Just early access for now. Won't be changing for charging for a while, right? A lot of games use that, but it could also be a trap, which I'm sure you are aware of. So you know, especially for small developers, it's definitely a tool, but people can also get annoyed by early access, and people just some people also refuse to play it. Like Jake, who stopped by on this stream, he generally does not play early access games. It should be a bit of a shame. He does play Caesar and other games, so probably give the game exposure if he played it on stream, but he probably won't unless it's out of EA. So, what is our next goal? I'm just kind of waiting on what they say. Access to my diversion. Plaza. Okay. Plaza. Plaza is this. It costs a lot of stone and artwork. You see how big it is? It needs good symmetry, but where is good symmetry? This is good symmetry, apparently. It does cover basically the whole city. So I think this is a good place to have it. If we do that, it's gonna be kind of cursed. You see how the roads are? But it likes it more. So I will do it. Because the game says it's right. I'm not gonna question it. It's fine. It needs cloth. I might have to do slightly more cloth. Let's see it. Cloth. Weaver. 2 more. What we want is a jeweler. So we can produce some artwork from gold. I think that's how it works. Jewelry. Is that what he does? Feathers required. Jade required to produce jewelry. Okay, no. So it's that we don't need that anymore. I think the masons produce all the artwork you need. So I thought we need that, but no. Okay, something else we want is probably need furniture, but we don't have the obsidian just yet. Might get even more pottery. Do we have enough? Magway, 8 cotton, 6 out of 8 pottery. Do we also do pottery here? No. I was thinking we do more jobs. We'll see. If you're located sauna near the sawyers, you should have perfect location for that. Oh yeah, right. Could have done that. I guess this is fine. I check how much Magway you have available to import as well. There might not be enough to support your viewers brewers. That's correct. Let's check. We can import 10, which we already did, which doesn't seem that's enough. We could do from 10 or straight lines, it's not preferable. Feathers, obsidian, meat, mace. It will be expensive, but we could import it from Tenochtitlan. Our money's okay. Oh yeah, I also wanted another collector. So I'm pretty certain we are kind of reaching the limit on this guy. Intensive use, yeah. Let's go with a collector. I just always forget. This. Civil and education, that's what it is. Let's build a collector. And yeah, so we might want to do another trading post with Tenochtitlan and just import Magwe that way. It's not ideal, but as long as it works. Tenochtitlan and we import Magwe. Do 8 import. We will not sell anything to Tenochtitlan, just import. And we want another cloth weaver. I feel like we always struggle on cloth when I played it. Another brewer as well. It's more industry, which is more taxes, so it's good, I think. And we could go with another gardener at this point. Build him here. Oh, this is now enclosed. If I do that, that's not great. Let's put him here. Is it far enough for him? Okay. Keep some space for something 2x2 there. Put this here, 15. Go with this. We don't need it to be full, by the way, so you can just not fill it up completely. That's option in life, so might as well. Let's keep it like that. What about the herbalism? Heavy use. We need another herbalist, which is perfect for here. There are a couple of elites living in the city. Need the plaza to work, which needs 4 people. There's a singer and 3 flutists. Alright. If we have enough stone, I actually would like to improve this avenue. Perhaps this. I know it's expensive, but I feel like we want this at this point. And there you go. So people already work here. Amazing. So that should give us what they needed. They need barracks next. Alright. So let's check the barracks. This thing needs to be central as well. It also needs weapons and armor. This covers pretty much the whole city, so let's go for that. And we need weapons and armor. Weapons and armor, you need obsidian and salt and cloth for the armor, I think. Maybe we don't need to give them the weapons. This is not a military map, but we'll see after it's built. Barracks doesn't need weapons, armor to provide housing services, just to perform well in combat. Alright, good. I was under the impression that's the case. I just, you know, just out of habit, I just gave it stuff before, and I guess it's not terrible, so that you know, have more industry to do that, but if you don't have to have it, then I'm probably not gonna do it. You still need some brokers, which is fine. There's enough space in the city to do it. Shorten common workers. There's a lot of empty space. How does combat look like in this game? Sort of like Caesar. You've got buttons down here if you activate the combat mechanics. And you order your units around. There are hunters or your troops from barracks or from the fortress, and it's individual units. You can build towers which shoot arrows at the enemies. You have walls like in Caesar, gatehouse. And enemies come with their own little... It's different than Caesar though, because every single soldier is a different guy, and like they have their own little stats, even XP and such. So like someone who's been doing a lot of combat a long time will be very experienced, and they'll have different stats. And you know, captains lead commoners into battle. And I think that there is a planned mechanic for prisoners of war, because it was a fundamental cornerstone of Aztec and Mesoamerican society to capture your opponents in battle rather than just kill them, because that's how you keep the gods happy. So any soldier that dies in battle is a person who had their little stats and everything, but you just command them like, you know, you would in Caesar with like forts. Captives are actually working at the moment, just not emphasize my right. Eventually, if you want to, you could emphasize it a lot more, I think. But of course it depends. Do you want to keep the game like super kid friendly? If so, then maybe not a good idea to go into too many details. But if not, then you could flesh it out, of course. It depends. I think Caesar, the devs for Augustus specifically say they want to keep the game kid friendly. Therefore, that's kind of that's the reason why there is no slavery or even corporal punishment in Caesar 3, even in the Augustus mode. Looks like we'll need another granary, unfortunately, if I want to expand this. It's fine. Just need to make sure that we actually use it. It's not ideal, but mistakes were made. Let's get this road. There you go. I see an untapped market for Augustus, Saturnalia edition, with brothels and slavery and all that stuff. Shame I'm untalented. Yeah, I would say if the devs wanted to spend the time developing it, like, let us have the true experience, but have it as a setting, like, you know, not safe for work or as a, you know, adult supervision setting or whatever. But it was a very big part of this, like, of any society, but especially the Roman one. So these things should be in the game in my mind, but I understand why they are not, and so, you know, it's their decision to make, and I understand why it's not there, and so it is to be said. A bit more words and all that, as I understand it. Words? Well, there was, like, again, with Romans, slavery was in every ancient society we know about, but it's not as we know it today. You hear talk about slavery more along the racial lines, but in ancient societies, and especially with Romans, it was not about the racial lines. You could be enslaved as a Roman. If you were in debt, you could be enslaved and, like, sold to the Ludii or whatever, you know, or for hard work for life and things like that. That's just how they operated. So, you know, it was wealth-based slavery, really. And of course, prisoners of war would be enslaved to then make them work in places. Game called Glory of the Roman Empire. Ah, right. So, like, that has not safe for work stuff. City building video game, okay, from 2006. Heyman Games. It's 3D though, which is usually pretty terrible. It received mediocre grades on Metacritic. I don't remember this. 3D city builder with slavery mechanics, patrician family lineages. Ah! Glory. I might actually have that game. I think I remember. I have a game that has slavery in it, but it's not good mechanically. That's why it's not, like, super memorable. But I think I know about it now. That is like, you can build a slave camp to work and you don't even have to have citizens. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Songs of Six. It's about to receive a big update, but it's not a very good game for streaming. So, how's everything looking? I think money is completely fine. You've built the barracks. We are improving the houses even more. There's already a house, small house. It needs furniture to develop. Okay, so that's our next step, is to go with furniture. Let's go ahead and give them a couple more civilized roads in here. And we want to do that furniture. So importing obsidian. Let's check where we do it from. Obsidian from Tlatoani. This is Choco. This is Tlatoani. We import obsidian. Give ourselves furniture. We have timber around here. 4 is maybe too many. We'll see. We might import from Tlatoani if we have to. And that should allow stuff. What about this? Yeah, we can accept furniture. There you go. It takes a lot from Season 3. Does it? I wouldn't say so necessarily. It's just a completely different game. Songs of Six is like... It's a city-state builder. It's not a city builder. It's not a terrible game, it just doesn't stream well. So no one cares about it. Dentist. Need a dentist. I have some 1x1 spots. We'll need several, likely. Let's put one here. And another one here. It's okay. Needs a sweeper, that's right. Running out of the capacity or range for that. We only have 2 in the cities, so makes sense. I would like it to be close enough to the farms, but it's optional at this point. We just need it to work. Let's put it here. No, I don't like Against the Storm. I know what it is, but that's like literally not what I'm interested in at all. It has like a fantasy world, but I couldn't be bothered about it. Really. And the gameplay, I actually got the game, I played it and I refunded it after like an hour. It's not my game at all. No problem, Perspective Games, thanks for hanging out. See you around, bye. So, access to more diversion. Dentist, we are building dentists, so they should give them the service they require. We do need that furniture. We still need workers, which is fine. If we want to beat this mission, we need 8,000 pop though, which is a bit high for me, I think. We'll see. We also might want more god worship space. What's the current gods? They are content with just 1 shrine, but I think they will want temples soon. So it's a lot of animals. We could do the meat if we want to solidify the food a little bit better. Food has been good though, lately. Dentist. Furniture. We should start seeing some furniture soon. So it is being produced. Need more workers in the city, if anything. The dentists don't work yet. As for the herbs, we probably have enough herbs. There's a fire. They solved it. Good. The center post is overcrowded. Need a new center post. This noble has already upgraded. No, needs access to more nutrition. Modest estate. It is actually improved, I think. So they want more food types, do they? I might just get some chili, I guess. Or they could just, you know, we have 3 types. Surely they can just get hold of it. They only have maize at the moment, that's why. So in time they should get what they need. Perfect irrigation. Some of the tiles are a bit messed up with these, but nothing major. Still not enough furniture. It should get its way here eventually. Another fire? Okay, we solved it, good. Tlatoani is now getting full, so we need to build another one. Where do we build this? Here would do quite well. It is a bit cursed, but it's okay. We also want those temples. I might build a temple. Let's build a temple to Zype Totek. Big symmetry. We could boost it by you know, making it bigger. I also need to delete this road and build it better. There you go. Well, I got a challenge. Not a fan of city builders. You just paint a beautiful city with no goals besides looking good. Against Storm is not standard city builder and not for everyone. No, but I also don't like city builders where you paint something. There needs to be challenges. That's why I like CS3, because custom maps offer that. But Against the Storm is cursed. I don't like it. The fantasy world it portrays has nothing for me. I look at it like, yeah, beaver people, whatever, great. But to me, that's not good. Also, building things, it's not a city builder. You build like a small little hamlet. Like, it's not a city. City is something much bigger than what you build in that game. Plus, I don't know, just like generally, I just look at it and I'm just like, I wish I was playing something else. So, not a fan. But not for reasons you might think. I'm not a sandbox player. I don't like sandbox things. The challenge or whatever is not the part of why I hate it. I hate it because it's cursed. Stone is fine. Let's keep going. I wanted a temple. Did we do a temple immediately? I guess we could. If we want to beat this one, we'll need so much pop that we do need to provide more jobs, and I don't even know how we'll do that at the moment. I'll have to figure that out. Let's get another compound for nobles, or 2. Hopefully we get that gardener to do his job. Lopakal is still overcrowded. This one's light service count. We could just build it here. Give them another. And perhaps you want even more houses around the farming plots if you allocate this thing. Let's build this over here instead. We can use this for the houses. We want 5 though, so let's scrap that road. Expand it. It will take a little while because we are busy. Doing the temple takes forever. It does have a lot of resources that need to be brought to it. There's sacrifices. More attrition. Okay, they need more food types. There was a little bit of a fire. I would like more farming. Get more maize. Alcove's overcrowded. Need to build another, even though... where do we put that? I guess we can have it here. Dentist was crowded there for a sec. We should build another. Let's put it down here, because I also want a sweeper. Right there. We'll need a well dipper for this general area. So let's get one. I'll need to cut this off. We should relocate that thing eventually, it's just gonna take time. We've got all the resources. I think the maintenance yards are a bit far away now. It's probably why it's taking forever. What's the artwork? We've got full artwork. Center posts overcrowded. Could get another. Over here. Some of our buildings need herbs. Do they? Might not have enough, I guess. Yeah. Not enough herbs. We could go with another gardener up here. Are these people masons? What are they doing? Building Temple Zyb Totek. Are they? This venue is under construction. They are. So they're just slowly building. That's why we are kind of stuck, because they are all doing this and it's gonna take a little while until it's done. Building's integrity. Yeah, that's its HP. So they're building it. Yep. There are stages to reflect that. The houses here have evolved as well, which is nice for us. We still have full capacity here. Just need a dentist to be active. There we go. And this alcove will be important. I might want another alcove around here. But would like even more houses, I think. Well, we could check capacity, I guess. Just busy until this is done. As I mentioned, the temples take absolutely forever to do. What I might want to do is another mason's yard. Just to be able to get more stuff done quicker. Terrain is not blocked. Let's dismiss that. Money's been fine since forever. Heavy use of that tax collector. Adequate. Okay, we might need a third one eventually. For now, it's fine. Oh, now we have some large houses now. It would need clean water access, which means you would need a reservoir. It's not called reservoir in this game. It's... I'd like to find it. Cisterns. And they don't work like you might think, though. They actually need to walk and deliver the water. And that is aqueducts. So... You know, I'm not gonna bother because you need to plan your city ahead of time with that in mind, and I didn't. So our city is gonna stay on large houses, but that should be more than enough with prosperity. What we will struggle with is the population though. So I already foresee that being a problem. Should add more jobs probably. Three and 4, I think. Yeah. More food. Let's get another. Hopefully this still reaches the granary without issues. I don't want to build another, but it would be more jobs. Yeah, there we go. It doesn't reach, so we need another. Let's get another granary. Stop. and meat. And I should be building... Let's build a hunter. There you go. So we will need jobs. Also, still the alcoves are being overcarried. We did build another, so should be okay as long as we build this one. But this needs to be done first, and it's almost done. We did get that new mason's yard, which is nice. It's training. Recruits. They can be used, hunters can be used as soldiers when you get military maps. The barracks also has capacity. We might need to do another barracks at some point. And improving a lot of these houses. What's the capacity for this? 12 people, so 120 per one. It's a lot. Just don't really... Yeah, 3,000 out of 8,000. Still not quite there. I feel like we want this quarter to really do well though. So let's go ahead and get this done. Let's go ahead and set this up. They will need various things. There is a market, they have a sweeper. We could add more services if we have to. For now the temple is the biggest thing we need. Kalmakak. Kalmakak is an advanced academy. I think it needs like not papyrus. They use something else, but you know what I mean, like paper or some form of veritable stuff. That's what they would need. Let's build this here. Might have to get that for them. We should get ourselves another gardener. Get these gardens rolling. Hey, did it work? Yeah, this is Aztecs. So it's a city builder, but it's supposed to, you're supposed to do intersections. So, you know, walkers are a little bit different. There's a service capacity, so something can only service as many people before you need to build another. I explained everything about the game at the start of this stream, so if you want to, I will be uploading this to YouTube, so like you can rewatch it. Very clean and sterile. Does it? Not sure. It's like Caesar. There's production chains and resources. Not really like super sterile, I don't think. Especially with the mess with roads. Caesar's definitely more sterile in that you just have one way to go and you don't want people to go anywhere else because otherwise they cause problems, right? It's not really what you have here. Let's give them... Okay, there's an alcove already actually. I just need them here. I can't get it there because of the temple. Okay, let's add another here. That's fine. There is improvements under construction. Actually got a decent amount of food. I need another... I think we want another turkey hutch. Or even another over here. Boy, that's not great. Stop doing that. There we go. The graphics? Alright, I guess it does. It's 2D though, it's isometric, right? So it's like Caesar or other impression style city builders. If it was 3D, it would be way worse, I think. But this is new. It's on Steam. Also, you can wishlist it, but it's not out yet. It's gonna be in early access soon. Zyptotek almost done. Okay, we still need... What is this? That's gold thing. It's gold ornaments, I think. I need to get that. How do you get that? I forgot. Jeweler. Necklace is not what I need. What I need is like the gold. Ornaments or whatever it's called. Goldsmith. Ah, there we go, yeah. That's what I was thinking about and I just didn't see it. This is what we need, and it needs to be close to a collector so we can produce it. Let's build this. This sawyer might need to get relocated. Let's get 1 or 2 of these things. Move this sawyer. Need even more industry maybe. Just to keep the people employed at this point. And even more stone would be nice. There's fire. Fire is really terrible for us. Hopefully we can deal with that. Build this here, I guess. And another well dipper just to get rid of the fires faster, because that's a big threat to us. What is the well dipper? Health and services, is it? Well dipper, there we go. Just gonna build this thing here so we can use it to help with those things. We have loads of all the goods, so that's not gonna be a big problem. We've got everything we need. We go to Kalmakak. Does it provide stuff already? It probably needs that. Needs Amata to operate smoothly. Okay. I could just import it, I guess. But then we would need to get it. Amata. Who sells me Amata? I guess we could import from Tenochtitlan. But it would be expensive. Money is fine though. Let's check Amata. Obsidian feathers. Salt jade. Chile. Traders. You can see your traders on the map. I guess we import from Tenochtitlan as it looks. We can't get it elsewhere. We don't necessarily need it. This is Tenochtitlan, right? Yeah. Amata. Just for import. And get ourselves a porter yard. Or just a porter stop will do. And this thing is gonna get Amata for us. Still need more workers, but that's fine. It's gonna solve itself eventually. Hopefully, it looks like the alcoves are constantly like out of workers. No one wants to work there, but it's constantly lacking. It's a bit frustrating. I guess we wait. It's just gonna solve itself. But it is a very important thing. If I could prioritize it, I would probably do that. That's the services. Labor. We could pay them slightly more. So government and education. Increase wages. Reduce wages. It doesn't do anything. Domestic service. Ah, this does. Domestic services. I guess that's what we need to boost the most. Health and safety 120, entertainment 120, religion 120, government education. That cannot be boosted. That's probably bugged. Military and defense can be boosted. Trade and commerce, industry, engineering, farming and resources. Yeah, so we want to pay people more if they work in services, just because that needs to work at all times. If we like a couple of workers in our industry, like that's fine. But the services are just crucial. I hope people will start to take up those job opportunities now that they pay more. Melting gold. I think we need another collector. That is one already, but we can always use another, yeah. Kolmakok needs Amata, that's gonna be done soon. Yeah, we could have fires here as well. Should not be great. Have we made the artwork? Yeah, some, but not everything yet. People still don't want to take up the jobs in the entertainment. I might have to boost that, like, even more. Let's pay them more money, come on. Surely you want to work there then. What do you need? Everything is satisfied. Cloth. They'll get it. Okay, we actually don't have much space left in the city, from the looks of it. Some space in the middle, but no one wants to live here because it's far away from the jobs. That's what they care about a lot. Hey, Cloudwalk. We could get another housing area. Even though I feel like we have enough space, it's just no one wants to live in the middle of the city because it's far away. Just a bit unfortunate. I know they don't want to walk, but it's better houses. You just live there. Still need those. Okay, now that venue is active, good. Heavy use, strained use, yeah. It's still pretty terrible. Strained security. Let's get another sentry post. We go to Amata, right? Need more workers for it. We're gonna get this. 75 needed. You do have stuff, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, they picked it up, I think. I'm gonna bring it. Yep, they brought it. Doing fine, how are you? How's the song? Could help our global entertainment. They send people to various places. Let's go ahead and get more commoner housing, I guess. No, stop. Stop. It's time to stop. Just misclicking often in this. These people will want to work in the farmlands, which is perfect. Just get it done. Give this a road. Collector nearby. A reasonable request. You want to pay taxes? You can pay taxes. We want Lapokale as well. And we might want a sauna. Do we have timber nearby? We don't, so we'll have to build this and get ourselves a porter stop. And this thing's gonna get timber for them. So they can use it. Also, if we have the stone, we should definitely consider getting these roads improved to be stone roads. And any of the stuff that I left out as well over here. And the nobles, because nobles are picky. One weekend ahead, yeah. It's got everything it needs. We need 8,000 pop. We are halfway there. 4,000. Some of the workshops like raw materials, stone and clay. Okay. Let's build more clay pits. Yeah, that's what I suspect. It's fine. We have enough wealthy personnel to take care of everything. Even if we have fires. some nice large estates now. They would like more gardens. I would like another gardener living around here, so we can get those gardens sorted. We've built the House of Song. There we go. That should help. Looks like we need another herbalist. Let's get that here. I just realized the audio from the game is pretty much inaudible for you. Why did no one tell me? Hello, you can welcome. Oh, do you hear it? To me it looks like it's like completely inaudible for you. Get some Stella. Maybe your Zen moment? No. I don't hear a game. Yeah, that's what I just mentioned. I just mentioned how important it is today for everything to go well, but people refuse to tell me that something's wrong. So 3 hours here without any sort of noise from the game. Okay, apparently that's normal. Thank you. Go with another gardener. Let's put this down. Population's rising. As long as we keep providing them jobs, I think it's fine. We might want even more sawyers. Where do we put these? This should still be fine. Well, maybe not. We could also get another porter stop to accept more wood. I feel like it's a good idea. Let's accept some wood. There you go. Now you hear it. Good. Headphones are OP. Yeah. I guess. Oh boy. Some people got enclosed in here. Let's get rid of that. There you go. You don't want them to get stuck. Some more gardens. More food. Because jobs. That means jobs, and jobs are good. Maize. Fruit. Channels. Canals. We could start getting other kinds of food, but I don't even think we need that at the moment. Like, we have 3 types of food. I feel like that's enough. 2, 3, there we go. And just get more maize. Because maize is amazing. You're just concentrating on your voice, clearly. Watching a mobile while at laundromat? Is it a thing in North America, by the way, like laundromat, like a public washing machine place? I know it's featured in like movies or whatnot. In here, I don't even think, like, it exists, but it's only used for like when you get like your suit to be properly done, because it's pain to make that happen yourself, right? It's a real thing. Hey, go, welcome. Is this game any good? Well, it's not even publicly available yet. It's on Steam. It's gonna be in early access soon, and it is impression style game. It does. It's hard to say. Like, you ask me a question that has. If I want to properly answer you, it would take me a long time. So, if you are interested in it, you can rewatch this VOD. I explain everything about it from the start, and I tell you what I like and what I don't like. There's a lot, so I'm sorry, but I can't like go over absolutely everything for everyone, because that's not really reasonable. Yeah, we need a sweeper. Sweeper's there. Or you can just watch me play it and make your own impressions. Yeah. It's a very real thing in Germany. Really? It's like, I'm surprised. In here, it's only used for like very special things. There are not many laundromats here. It's rare to actually see one. And when they are real, they just kind of wash, again, like, you know, stuff you use for, like, fancy stuff. I don't know how to describe it. So it's dresses, things like that. We need a new barracks. Let's build it. Multi-barracks spam. Cheating. It is cheating to do multi-barracks. It's almost everything. Alright. Sweeper is overburdened here. We need to give it another one. And oh yeah, we go to Zytodok Temple now. Good. They are lacking pork and pottery and maize, which is not so great, but they should be able to get it. So now we want another temple, which these temples take forever to do. Let's do Tlaloc. It's good proper roads. Flooding. Oh boy. Gods are upset. Is it? What's gonna happen? It's probably gonna just impact our harvest, I would imagine. We'll see. Everyone, that's cool. Dry cleaners are another service you would use for that for suits, formal wear, and delicate clothing. Maybe that's what we have. I don't think we have like laundromats, like, you know, a public place where you go to launder your clothing, and there's like rows upon rows of like 20, 50 washing machines. That I had never seen that in my life here. I don't know why. I go to laundromat too with all my blankets or curtains in Germany. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, it's probably a thing in Germany. Which is interesting. Sawyer has caught fire. That's fine. Okay, so we have some sort of... Yeah, it's just the day-night cycle. I'm freaked out, but it's fine. Dentist or a herbalist? Let's do a dentist then. So it's simpler to get. This has been overcrowded. We need a new one. We need a new plaza. It's just, you know, really huge. Therefore, I don't really want to build it because it's massive, but build it. It's fine. Right next to the plaza or alcove. Sorry. Oh yeah, flooding is very real. Okay. Hopefully it's not gonna demolish the city. So it could do that, I think. More fruit. And the canal. And we should do a road. There you go. We made the gods angry. They're building this, which is important. Hopefully this is gonna solve our needs eventually. Money's still fine. So we need, we just need the population, I think. Short of elite workers. Some of forts like supplies, that's fine. Elite workers, we could do more on nobles. These need a sentry post and they need a sweeper. Sweeper, sentry post. Let's. I could move these Sawyers eventually. We'll see. That's full. This should help it. Yeah, eventually it's gonna distribute equally, I think. For now, that's very strained. Service use none. Minimal. Strained. Light. Strained. Light. I might need a third plaza. I just don't want to because it's massive, but I guess it's fine. Awful symmetry, good symmetry. There you go. Get it done. It's okay. It's more jobs, which we need anyway. What's our current population capacity, by the way? We've got space for 220 in the small houses, 240 in that, 128 in that. Okay, so we still have some space, even for nobles, in fact. Just need to attract them. How about this? Collector. Really? It's gonna be like the 5th one I have, but sure. And we need another gardener. Some of the gardens are not getting serviced. Religion. I want a temple. Let's do Quetzalcoatl. It will take forever to build, but that's just how it goes with these temples. I could have done a shrine, but I rather want a temple to each god instead, I think. Hey, double engineer, welcome. So getting bonuses to favor with the gods for having good symmetry in the city, which I would not say we have very good symmetry in some areas, but it's actually, it matters for the important buildings. It doesn't matter quite as much for other things. This requires artwork. Do we not have enough artwork? Yeah, we are constantly out. It's fine. But it will be a concern if we are not careful. Let's get some... This is like Plaza and Caesar. It's expensive and it gives you extra desirability, or ambience in this case, it's what it's called. And I would like another mason just to be able to get even more jobs done. It is far away from the resources though, which is not perfect. So I could use one here. Terrain is not blocked anymore. Houses are evolving. They need ball court nearby, really? They demand specifically a ball court, okay. Entertainment, beauty and diversion, ball court, yeah. So this is where this is like a Aztec football stadium. It is awful for symmetry, so I'll build this thing. Requires scenic neighborhood. Abysmal symmetry, but I can fix it. It's like no matter what I build it, it's gonna be pretty terrible for symmetry. There you go. We need all the artwork and are lucky to have the legend here. He's the best artist, I guess. Sauna is strained. Might want another. Let's put it here. We have timber around here, so it's fine. Let's do pulp. Yeah, it's growing slightly, but we will need more jobs. I think. It's the main thing. We also could do with more housing overall. Just gonna go ahead and get ourselves a couple of houses around here, I suppose. Hopefully we can make this work. Put in some services, make it work. Let's go with Sweeper, Sentry, Herbalist, Bell Dipper, Job Calling. Let's give them... Do we do another market? Might do another market. Yep. This should work. And a small little alcove around here. Give them a stone road. Even though, what's our stone at? It's okay. Could be better, I guess. It's fine. Farming shed. Food is probably okay. We could check our stats. This fruit balance spoiled 7, so we're actually losing due to spoilage, which is a sign that we are actually overproducing it. Same with maize. I think we are good on that. What about meat? We probably could benefit from having more of that. Having another hunter could actually solve our employment a bit by providing more jobs. I would like some more turkey hutches, but they are not the greatest thing in the universe. Let's get another. Collector nearby. Is this not enough? No. Okay. It's gonna build more. It's more jobs. That's fine. Terrain is not blocked. Sentry poster. Oh, we can do that. I actually built one here. Never got built. Need to wait. I guess we are busy with the temples. Yeah, we are busy with the temples. That's why everything's taking forever. Just need some extra artwork. It will be fine. We've built more mason's yards, so we should get more artwork to use. Just give it time. Let's get another house, and another house, and a house here. We've set up these people, but they don't seem to be doing that great. Sweeper access, really? Well, it's... yeah, I guess the sweeper doesn't work yet. No, that is a sweeper. But does not do its job that great. This layout is not very good. That's why. Just put it here. Put in another. And let's get a couple extra houses. This one is pretty terrible. Should not do that one. I just want to pop. I'm just building kind of haphazardly now. Probably shouldn't do this, but no, it's fine. It's got loads of things. I need to get them another granary to get more food nearby. Not chili, meat. Get. There we go. I think we've been building the plazas as well, so that's kind of why. More desirability. They have everything they need. Cloth from the local market. That should be fine. Oh, where is the nearest market? Yeah, it struggles to actually reach these guys. Give them another, even though it's not super desirable, it's fine. This needs workers. We did get some maize though, which does help. Do we have a well dipper here? I don't think we do, so we should definitely get that going. Terrain is not blocked. And if anything, we might actually need more jobs. What's the current population in our city? The capacity? Large house 540, yeah. We are not full, that's for sure. Alcove's been crowded again. I feel like it's always the case. Let's build another over here. That is a center post, just need a house. Oh, another flooding. That is probably a god I've been neglecting that's supposedly protecting us against it. There's a temple, that is a temple. Patron of Mexican people. Funeral rites. Darkness, festivals, smiles, rebels and fighters. Tlaloc. Growth of vegetation, flooding and sickness. Did I not build a temple to Tlaloc? This is a temple to Quetzalcoatl. Temple to Tlaloc. There we go, we have a temple to Tlaloc. It's against flooding, supposedly. Sentry post being crowded. Let's build another. Did I not click that properly? There we go. Yeah, the center posts are always getting. Oh boy, what is this? Mature tapir. Okay, right. So those were animals that got hunted. I was thinking it was an invasion, but no, there's no invasions here. Still got flooded. Not great, obviously. These take a lot of workers. Stone. It's probably... Yeah, I suspect that's because we have some mason's yards far away from stone. That's fine. They can still be used for building and maintaining and such. These are still kind of half empty, a lot of these houses. The outskirts ones, these ones are completely full because people love to live here. Because it's very close to jobs and it's therefore like completely full. All of it. This house would have access to this. Just make another. It's timber to develop, that should not be a problem. And yeah, it's immediately crowded because it's desirable to live nearby where they work. That's what they like. Still lacking workers here. 6,050. It is rising still. Short of common workers still, that's fine. That's how it needs to be. So we attract more. If anything, I should add more industry or something to keep the people immigrating. Let's get another furniture. Let's get some kilns and clay pits. This one's pretty terrible. Can I just do that? There you go. Get some more sawyers around here, but we already kind of are full a lot. Yeah, no one wants to go there, I guess. Let's add a couple more houses to this. Sentry post is crowded again. Could use it here. This one doesn't have workers. Gardener doesn't have workers. It's fine. They'll get them soon enough. They should get all the goods eventually from this, I think. Just gonna take some time. They don't have access to that, actually. Okay, can I put in a road which would solve that? Yeah. There was a building permit, it's fine. This market does not necessarily get access to all the different things it needs. Does it even have anything? No. Yeah, that's what I suspected. We need to get it its own granary. Not this. Some meat. Yeah. There you go. Put this here. It's not very symmetrical. It's fine. Let's build more houses. We just need pop. So we win the map. More industry, I suppose. We could go with. We could go with a farm. It's close enough to a granary. Canals. Tab this. Fruit trees. More canals. It's gonna provide us with a little bit of extra work. Sure, these granaries are optimal. I should get rid of, where's the chinampa? There you go. Drive this swamp tile. Yeah, they're gonna work. Go this way. In more houses just to cram it in. Just want to win. Short on elite workers. This should be solved eventually. Once this granary does its job. We could also give it a stop, which we might need. Or let's do a porter yard here, and this thing's gonna get, where is it? Get pottery, get some pork, get some cloth, get some furniture, get some cotton. There you go. That should help us out. These commoners, some of them will, yeah, not in a great state. We'll see how it goes. We want a gardener. Put in more gardens around here. Collector was overstretched. Against all the industry is putting a strain on that. I guess we could put in another. It requires a good ambience, but okay, let's put it here. There is a fire. It's fine. Herbalist. Sure. So let's do pop. 6,530 people. We need more. We almost there with prosperity. I think these nobles need to evolve. If we give them time, they should have access to all they need, really. It's just gonna take some time. Collector nearby? Really? Oh, this one will do the job, I think, yeah. And just evolving all the commoner housing should help. Our Valde per here got overstretched a little, which we could solve by building another, just where. Probably just here to help with this. These will evolve as well into large houses. We do not have temples to every god, I don't think. So current pop graph. Neglected for Tlaloc? Really? He's neglected? He doesn't like that temple. Kotle shrines 1. Okay. Well, I could just build more shrines, I guess. To all the gods. They are still, all of them still feel neglected. Which is not good for us. What's so cool? This needs to be near houses. This. All the temples. That should give us more jobs as well, which hopefully it's gonna attract more people. What do you need? Pottery. Having trouble getting it. Do we even have enough of it? We do. I might actually add a separate yard then, just for pottery. Get pottery, unless I... Okay, let's just disable that one specifically so they have more time doing the other things. And we could go with another noble compound if we could, but it's gonna be really hard to do. Also, this ball court is just completely strained. That's unfortunate because it's massive. I don't want to build another one, but it does provide a lot of jobs, so I guess it's not as bad as it could be. Another ball court. Just where do we build it is the question. Course clearance. Oh, can you only have one in your city? Yeah, you can only have one. Well, when it's strained, that's a bit of a problem then. I guess it's like not everyone needs to have access to that. It's fine. We've built all the new shrines. Hopefully that's gonna help. I think the temples need to be buffed with how much service coverage they provide, or like the god happiness, because the shrines provide a lot while the temples don't seem that they do too much. Could get another. Oh boy, that's gonna destroy the channel. That's actually really bad. Okay, let's go ahead and fix it. This channel instead, and we'll demolish this. Hey, fair Bible. Mason's yard's fine. Everything's rising. We need that pottery. Why is it not really able to get? I guess it's far away. There should be plenty of pottery. There is. I guess you could set to accept in a separate warehouse as well, or warehouse, the porter stop. Accept pottery. Do we need more industry? Doesn't seem like it. We've got plenty of clay and everything. Yeah, it's jobs, I think, that's holding us back a lot. Very likely. Just need that pottery. Give them time. Also, this has been in my face the whole time, the viewer count. If you see something like that, don't be afraid to tell me. Like, that's, as I told you, it's important. Everything's right today, and can't really focus on everything. If you see something that's off, tell me. It's important. We don't want to build more stone roads, I don't think. Well, it depends. Is there a housing road?
Now, the darkness holds dominion. Black as death.
It is working today, but only because I tested it before and Twitch could still say no to some of the alerts, specifically regarding money. That's what it usually refuses to do. We need another fortress, apparently. I don't want to make another, but I will if I'm forced to. Yeah, but that's, you know, the free alerts work most of the time, actually. But bits and subs don't work. I don't know why. Everything's set the same way, exactly the same way. I suspect it's because of the separate program I'm using. Now we have it again, because I have to have both, apparently. She's welcome. Or, that's what I suspect, apparently. I don't know, okay? It could still be broken, I don't know. This pottery should help. Needs timber to develop. That should be fine to get here. Need more population, and I think the people will not move in as long as we don't have the jobs. So if we build sheds, will that work? Here we could do one more. It's a little bit of work extra, but we might need another granary. I don't want to do that, but it's probably what we would have to do. Alternatively, it is just building like a bunch of industry in the middle of nowhere. Where would I even build that though? Depends where we have the free labor. I guess I'm just gonna do more clay, even though I don't need more clay. It's just, you know, labor sponging is kind of necessary, I feel like. This building hates where it is, and I don't blame it. Like, there's a clay pit right in your backyard. Which I would say is a decent, like, understandable complaint. But I also don't give a shit. Let's get this. What is this? It has everything it needs. Okay. Just checking. It's a lot bigger. Yeah, we've grown a bit. I'm trying to rush the pop now. So we need to do, I think, labor spending. I need to get jobs so people move in, even if I don't need the resources. I just need jobs. Otherwise, people will refuse to move in. It's not great. I'd say, like, my cities always get messy when I start to just add random garbage. Like, my noble core is just really bad. But it works, so I guess it's fine. I would not say it's great, though. Sauna? Really? Okay. Well, as long as there's timber. We could go with border stop. Get some timber. Jobs for jobs' sake, yeah, I guess. It's like in Caesar, really. It's just different here, right? So the population gets attracted by there being free housing, but also there being jobs. Like, for example, these people, these houses in the middle of the city, only like 5 out of 12 people live in them. But that's because no one wants to live there because it's far away from the jobs. These houses are completely full because they are close to the jobs. And that's a major thing in this game, is that proximity to work is something people really like fiend for. So as I mentioned at the start, that's what it's all about. So yeah. Immigration is so tightly tied to labor needs. I imagine balancing that will be tough to get the pop go. Yep. That's why I just keep I have to push the industry forward, I think. I don't know how it works precisely though. Like, that's what I just assume. I could be wrong, but I think it's like that. I still want to kind of use the timber, even if it's not great. Also, my ball court is completely strained, but we can't build a second one because city can only have one, so I guess it's fine. Not everyone needs to have access to ball court, right? It's gonna be a lot of commoners, but yeah, the center of the city is kind of empty. No one wants to live there. If anything, people want to live here. I just want to build around here. But it's technically what we should do, I think. But it's rising. Pop is rising. Neglected Tlaloc. Okay, another. Also, if you are here, Perspective Games, I will read the messages. I think the shrine, the temples, they don't provide much in terms of coverage, do they? So I feel like the temples should probably give a bit more. Because I feel like the shrines are better. Because the temples take absolutely forever. Shrines give a lot. Boldcore uses a lot of labor, so that could attract immigrants. Yeah, I did build it. I do have one. It's just I can't build another, I don't think. At least I remember the game telling me. I can only have, there can only be one. Yeah. So when I click on it, it doesn't allow me to do that. I did build another fortress, so that's fine. It's on the other side of the city though. More farms on the south side wouldn't hurt. This? Yeah, we could do that. I could have dried up the swamps, I guess. Just didn't really think about that. I could do that. I could, we are not using clay here. Let's do this. Take a look at the temple coverage for the next build. Yeah, I would recommend that. Augustus did that in comparison to Julius, for example. Like in the base Caesar 3, the large temples only gave you, I think, 2,500, while small temple gives you 750 population coverage. And that's just not enough to be worth it for most people, most times. So they buffed it slightly so that it's more worth it. Maybe it was even less in Julius for the large temples. Because you need to have an emphasis on it. If they are so expensive, then, you know, why would people bother? In Augustus, it's also emphasized that like you don't pay as much levy or upkeep for the large temples. That's why you should build them, even if they are monuments and they take a long time. Big temples enhance services at the small shrine, shrines are right. Okay. Yeah, I mean that could be part of it, sure. But still, like having to build another large one at this point doesn't feel like this city should be like needing that, but it does. It would if I didn't build many more small shrines. Okay, drying up the swamps. It's gonna take a little while longer. Yeah, it should. I have one to each god, I think. I might be neglecting one. Sure, I think I am. It's hard to remember. Maybe 2, actually. Should I not piss off the gods? Temple 0. Quetzalcoatl. There you go. Just need to find a place for this. Not great, I don't think, but it will do. Could just throw festivals for the gods with missing temples instead. Oh yeah, we could also do that. But I think we want to have a temple. You can set up repeating festivals in this game though, right? So that's something that's good. So you don't have to micro it. Which is kind of useful. Calendar. It's probably here festival size. Small. 2. We could set it to the last one. Who is it? Tlatoani. There you go, and it will need it. 1,107 servings of pork. So that's 11 goods in total. Reoccur. Sacrifice any 8 victims. Okay. Volunteer. I don't think we should do this though. Like, I could just build a temple. It might be better. Fortress. We've got the alcove. I should build another. So it's a bit crowded again. Just need to figure out a place for it. This would be fine to share that burden, I think. As for the workers, could still use more. Is this close enough to the granary? It's not really. Need another. I could just add something like a porter stop in here and just accept a little bit of maize and fruit. It's not good because food spoils quicker, I think, if it's here. But we just need to work, really. The food is fine, really. Just need the jobs. So people immigrate. But it helps if we can produce it locally and not have to make it like far away, of course. There you go. Oh, I noticed a bug, I think. Small one. Wages for government and education doesn't work, but for other things it works. So, this thing. It's good population growth from children over time. Yeah, I'm running very fast speed, so that should hopefully contribute. I can check this. There's a lot of kids in the city right now. City mode 55%. We are kind of not great on that. They're indifferent, yeah. Hopefully the festivals will help. People are a bit angry. I could increase the wages even more, I guess. We do have the money. And also, if you can only have one ball core, maybe make it have more service coverage. Because it's like 6,400 seems like a lot of people, but if I can only have one, then it does complain constantly that it's almost full of service, right? It's like, I understand not everyone needs this, right? Not everyone needs to have access to the stadium, but either so it doesn't show up constantly or something like that, because it's just, you know, usually it pops up and like, oh, why is this thing popping up, right? So if it's not an issue, and I can't do anything about it, why does it even say, you know? Yeah, I mean, or let people build more, that's an option and it would solve it as well, for sure. I get, like, I would kind of like the idea of, like in Caesar, like, build only, there only can be one Colosseum or Hippodrome in the city, and that's fine. as long as it's... I would even make it a monument, like the temple, like make it take forever to build, that's fine. As long as it provides like a massive boost, right? So like make it really expensive, but also pay off. So it's something to work towards. Usually like that's what Augustus does and what works, because that makes people feel like they've actually done something. Okay, that's actually full of the gardens, that's fine. We could put another in here, I suppose. Could go with even more work. Collector nearby, really? I'm always liking the collectors. I've got like loads of them in the city though. Like I've got like 8 or something. Ridiculous, but they do collect from industry, so I suppose that's fine. Oh, that was a festival in the plaza? Yeah. Cool. It's the first time I saw that. Understand the warning will get repetitive. It does, it does. But for this specifically, for this, like, yeah, I like to know that this is full, because I could technically solve it, I just don't want to. For the fort, because it's massive, but... Like, it's good to tell me because I can do something about it, right? But if I cannot do anything about it, that's when the warning does not really make sense. Does that make sense? Probably. Let's get another gardener. Let's get more gardens. This is inaccessible, so it's fine. And for more jobs, what we... Okay, this is on fire. I might do another well dipper, just to prevent that from happening. Not there. Here, and let's get more gardens. There you go. Fire everywhere, but it's not like in Caesar fire, it's, you know, it's the like random fire, which doesn't have anything to do with like prefect coverage or anything. Early on we had a repetitive constant fire here, which burned down some of my stuff, which wasn't great. But once you have enough well dippers, it kinda isn't an issue anymore. But it would be better if it worked like in Caesar, I think, which Perspective Games said he'll look into it. So, if he wants to, he could add that. I would say that would be good for the game. Let's add another sentry post. Yeah, we are building that fortress, right? That's more jobs as well, which helps. What's the current capacity for people? Do we still have space? Medium cottage is almost full. We could have loads of people in the large houses, just no one wants to live in the center of the city. Because it's a good housing level, it's just far away from any work, so... They hate that. I just feel like I build mess. When I like get to a certain point, I just kind of keep adding more, but it's not nearly as clean as some of the other cities I've seen from the saves. I don't know why I'm like that. Maybe I'm impatient. Something I thought about is this game is a bit different with like you can even, I think you could even technically remove rocks, like, you know, with the symmetry and all. I feel like even when there are custom maps, it's likely not gonna be as Caesar is, because you can't like make people build creative things with blocks, because that would break the symmetry a lot. I mean, you still could, I guess. As you say, the symmetry doesn't matter for everything. But it would need editor to make the custom maps, of course. Some plaza, I don't think it's needed, but might as well make people happier. We are almost done. Could just get the rest from births, I guess, or we could just add some more sawyers. Oh, I messed that one up. Can use XML and map images to create custom maps at the moment, right? XML is what we use in Augustus as well, so that's fine. As long as I know what to ask the XML to do. Like if there is like a list of commands of how the structure is supposed to look like, or an example of the XML, that's important. And then image, so you like make it with pixels, and then it's gonna generate the map according to how you paint the thing. So at least it works. That's good, but UI and you know, function would be better, of course. But that's like something you probably don't even think about right now. Yeah, might have added it under a figure. Are there different elevations in the game? I don't think so. I don't think there are cliffs. There are rocks that block stuff, but no elevations as we know it, like cliffs. At least as far as I know. In the stuff that's currently in the game, I haven't seen that. Just need 40 more people, so it should be fine. No elevation system right now, but I want to add it soon. Okay, good. That helps with map making to make them memorable and distinct. And force logistics, of course. Even though in this game, I feel like forcing logistics is gonna be very hard. Because people just need to live very nearby where they work. Otherwise, they just really complain and they don't want to. Like even here, these people just don't want to live here in the center of the city. Because it's far away from jobs, technically. That's what they hate. So like I imagine it's not gonna be like in Caesar where we force people to build across the map. Because we can't, unless you want to make like dedicated separate, dedicated and separated areas like city blocks, you know, that are not connected to each other. You could have that, but it's just a whole bunch of new can of worms that goes with it if you have to do that, as opposed to just Caesar where people just kind of teleport to where they work. Okay, promotion. Should you accept it? That is, well done, okay. So you can just play forever. But we've won. So we won the scenario. This is Xochimilco, which is a peaceful scenario, relatively straightforward. Military maps are much harder from experience. I have died to military before. It's not a joke, especially since you can't run it on fast, because you will die. So there is like banditry in trade routes and such as well. Thanks. But yeah, I think it's enough to take a look at today. This game, I find it a bit exhausting when I play it because I'm not great at it. So like I need to think about everything so much. We've played for 4 hours, which I feel like is enough for today. But thank you for Perspective Games for allowing us to take a look at the game and how it's come so far. So I'd say, you know, it's essentially all the systems for like impression style city builder are here now. The UI is much better and cleaner. You've got all the information you need, you've got the overlays, you've got the systems which are explained well, menus and everything. I don't even think early access is a thing. Like Nabachundazar basically went from it had less and it started. So this could even go like straight up, you know, and just patch future things in, like it wouldn't really be necessary. But if you want to go early access, I'm sure it's understandable. I hope the game fares well. It looks great. Unfortunately, again, as I mentioned before, it's a little hard to market this because it's a niche audience. So like knowing where to put it, if you are interested in getting it out there, I would suggest make accounts on social media and try Reddit impressions games, like a Reddit, try to post there. You could go with Twitter and Facebook are like, people just don't care. But there are communities you could join and like look at this game, you know, join a community where people already talk about city building and then go like, this is new, you can check it out. And that helps to get it out there, because as I understand it, you want a certain amount of people to wishlist the thing, because that helps with Steam release, right? This system would recommend it for people who like impressions games. Yeah. I mean, that's already what should happen, but I haven't seen it personally show up in Steam. So Steam is you cannot rely on Steam to market your game, because it won't. It only starts to happen. It's like on Twitch. It only markets big people or big games. Small ones, you need to really get out there, or it needs to know. Steam kind of works with the algorithm of, you have someone in your friends list who also plays similar games and they got it, therefore it will recommend it. But if you just kind of go into the shop, oftentimes it's just completely off with what it recommends to you. Yeah, so marketing is very important. I'm sure you know about it, but it would be a shame if many people didn't get to hear about the game, because I'm pretty certain there are a lot of people who could enjoy it, but they never heard about it or don't know it exists. And that's hard to overcome, but also something that probably should receive some attention. In any case, thank you for allowing us to take a look at it, even in this early stage where it's not even available for public yet. And I'm sure some people from our community will enjoy playing it, as they like impressions game style games. So do I. So thanks for watching, and see you around. Bye.